And welcome back to the We'll Take It From Here podcast. Another week, another episode. However, first, we are going to bring you our show's sponsor, because this episode is brought to you by Honest Supplements. Now, Joe, what's Honest Supplements? Well, let me tell you. In a world that is plagued by new illness outbreak every other day, it's important to keep your body performing at its best with the right vitamins and supplements. However, these products can get expensive, especially with rising prices all around us. Honest Supplements has resolved that problem. They mark up all products by just $1, saving their members an average of 50% per product. Yes, that means that the protein you're paying $60 for is only $30 on their website. They have everything from vitamins, sports supplements, recovery, weight loss, CBD, and so much more. Timmy and I are both members and can advocate for the amount of money that you will save. And do we also mention that all products are third-party lab tested? Because that's the only true way to prove vitamins and supplements actually contain the ingredients that they claim. Don't wait. Go to Honest Supplements right now to join today and start taking better care of your health. And it's right. If you train jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, or just in the gym, you better be taking Honest Supplements. So go to their website, guys. All right. Now it's time for the show. Welcome back, folks. Episode 219, We'll Take It From Here podcast, Joe and Timmy. As you see, we got a badass guest over here back for his third time. Episode 114, episode 150, if you want to see who Andy Segovia is, but you're also going to see who he is today, because he's literally right here. Before we get to the show, though, guys, I just want to make a little bit of a shout out here. Friend of mine, Austin Schoenfeld, shout out to you in Indiana, started a new apparel company called The Standard. So just want to get that right there in the camera.
There you go.
So it's, if you guys want to follow him, _standard USA, and he is set the standard, be the standard, keep the standard, always live by the standard. So support him. He has a what's it called? A website, but it's in progress. So go to the Instagram. It's a sick apparel here. It looks nice. It fits nice. Next level. So it's comfortable. All right, let's get to the show, guys. Andy, welcome back.
Glad to be back. Glad to be back.
Love it.
Surprised you guys invited me again.
Of course. Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't we?
I want to hear you talk shit about Joe all the time.
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to ease into that.
Oh, yeah. Why would you want to ease into it? Go right into it.
First question I have.
Yes. Okay.
With this new setup.
Sure.
Is it heated?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say.
Yeah. I just turned off the heater.
Okay. Because if it was like the snowstorm.
Oh, yeah. Dude, it was 0 degrees out here.
Dude.
We got it to
this
80.
might be like blocked in.
We got it to 80 in here during that cold storm.
And I'm pretty sure outside was like fucking 4 degrees. Yeah, so it was crazy.
Did you have to shovel out the door?
Yeah.
Dude, you did a shit ton of shoveling that time.
Yeah, dude, it was brutal. But I had to shovel a path for the dogs, too, so they can take a shit.
That's even
I
better.
shoveled my driveway.
Yeah.
Love that. No, so what's changed since you've been on, man? It's been a while. Why am I opening Spotify? Get that shit on there. What's changed, man? I know you said you're about to get a promotion. Can we talk about that? I don't know if that's something.
And just, nothing's changed too much. I'm getting older.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's
Shit
changed.
the fuck. I'm getting older.
Feeling older. I'm still training. Not competing yet. If I decide to compete again, it's got to be soon. I keep saying that, but every year that passes, I say it, and now it's getting to that, like, it's got to be now.
Yeah.
Because I'm at that age.
What kind of
36
competition
now.
you want to do? Like a ADCC, Naga?
Those you can do whenever. More like a fight, like a MMA or boxing.
Oh, you want to do it? All right, so folks, Andy, obviously in the first couple episodes we spoke about it, but we'll let him tell you. He's a professional fighter, was, right? Or still is. You can say still is a professional fighter.
Technically retired.
Black belt, technically retired.
Temporarily.
Black belt in jiu-jitsu. So, badass. All right, now go on.
Yeah, so I had a long amateur MMA career, did a lot of kickboxing.
How many fights in the amateur? If you had to guess.
Kickboxing, I probably had around 20, maybe 15, 20.
Goddamn.
MMA, I probably had like 10 to 12. And then I went pro. I had a couple fights. And then I went to the police academy. And of course, it was like a crossroads. Do I want to pursue this fully, or do I want to do the policing? And of course, I took I want to say safer, but it is a safer route, less risk. And I had just gotten, engaged. So I'm like, I'm going to take this route. I can always go back to fighting. Obviously, things happen. Had kids, and it didn't happen yet. I'm 36 now, so I'm not looking to change the world, but I would like to fight again, at least to end on my terms. But I did take a break. I wasn't like a slob through policing. I was still training, and then I decided to go back on a goal I had, and I never got to accomplish, which was do gi jiu-jitsu, be a black belt. I became a police officer in 2019, so it took me like a good 6 years. Not to say that I was new. I had 10 years of grappling, but to put the gi on, and it took me about 6 years, and then I got my black belt last year, and I got that checked off. So, the last thing I really want to check off is have like, one more farewell fight. If I can. I'd be okay if I couldn't, but I'd like to.
Yeah, I mean, look, 36 years old, I know in the fight world or the sport world in general is considered old, but you're seeing all these people pop up like 30-something-year-old. The dude, I think there was a dude who was like 52 and had his first professional fight. Yeah. Like, fuck it, who cares? But I mean, I think I would definitely go to your fight.
Yeah, man.
Sounds fun.
Hell yeah.
You would be there. Yeah, you'd be there with this setup.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Commentating.
That'd be awesome. 100%.
Yeah.
It sounds more like if you don't try for the fight, you'd be disappointed. But if you try and you don't get it, it's okay.
Of course.
Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah.
I'm very blessed with everything else in my life. I wouldn't change anything, especially with my family part and how I'm blessed with my job in policing and all that. But definitely I would be disappointed. Because you always, you're going to be 52 one day, and you're going to be like, there's so many things I could have done, should have done. And when people say that, most of the time they could have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most dumbest cliche thing, but it always stuck in my mind. So, quick story. I used to, academically, I was very gifted, but I didn't try. Well, obviously, I didn't do anything with it. But I would just not do well. My parents are very educated. So my mom would just be disappointed. And she wouldn't understand until later when I decided to go a different career route. But one day she's just like, I'm just making excuses. Like, I got to do this. I got to work. And then she just flat out said this, and it just stuck with me. And I tell everybody else that makes excuses, she's like, listen, all these excuses, if someone wants something bad enough, they'll find a way to do it. And, it's not really like she invented that quote, but it just stuck with me because it's completely true.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, well, I could train 3 times a week or 4 times a week or whatever they decide to do, but I got to work and my schedule. My kid's like, listen, man, if you want to do it, you find a way to do it.
Absolutely.
That's true. That is true.
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of, we talk about this all the time, but it's you put your priorities first, unless you don't, right? Like you're talking about this fighting thing, right? It's kind of a priority, but right now it's a goal. Mm-hmm. When you're ready to move that forward, you'll make it the priority. But people, it's the oh man, I could do that, and then they never do. But it's taking the leap of faith and actually putting it as a priority.
Yeah, and the only thing that I'm 100% capable. I've done it. Mm-hmm. It's the training. Mm-hmm. That is the only variable. Is I need to train, because I'm not going to train, half-assed. Pardon my French.
That's fine.
We curse on the show all the time.
Yeah, I try not to.
That's fair.
I and then put myself at a disadvantage just to say, oh, look, I did it. No, I would go to actually want to win. Yeah. So that's a sacrifice. It's time away from my family. Work would need to understand, which I have a great chief. He would 100% be on board, and he'd even help me with my schedule. But that's really the only variable. Yeah. It's the commitment.
Yeah. Sorry, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say what sucks too is talking to Brandon and Alex and them. You guys sign up for fights and they get dropped. A couple weeks out, and then so you just had a 5-week training camp, and then you cancel, and then you're like, shit, what do I do? And then they're like, oh, we got another fight. So next thing you know, you have 10 weeks of training camps, and then it gets canceled again. So like, that's a lot in general. And then you have family and work to try to help you maneuver around, and that's a lot. So,
and at least though, taking the approach you take is obviously the safe and smart approach, because I can only imagine on the pro level, amateur one thing, but on the pro level, like if you are not ready, that guy could hurt you.
100%.
So like it's no joke. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
and especially if you're trying to make a career out of it.
Yeah.
So
would you like? I know you said you're 36, but it sounded like you wouldn't mind if that took off. Is that something that you would do at this point?
I don't think it would, because I just don't have that time.
Okay.
Like, so I'll give you an example. If I said, okay, this is a perfect year, schedule aligns, the stars align, I can fight one. And then, you know, for anyone listening, it's not like UFC. It's like professional MMA. Like, I would call it like AAA.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not amateur, it's pro, but it's AAA. It's like, these are the programs, like I will fight in a program that would feed into the UFC eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, you got hungry young 25-year-olds that are trying to go to the UFC. So I would say, okay, September is a day. I'm going to do that. Whatever the opponent is, that's what I'm doing. So I got to set aside, let's just say if I started now, 2 months to get back into fighting shape. Because I'll go into the training room with these 23, 25-year-olds that just finished fighting a fight. Like, there was fights last night, and I'm going to toss around. I'll be winded, I'll be tossed around. So a couple months to get back to decent shape. And then like 6 to 8 weeks of actual preparation. And that's like, you know, kind of torturous. You got to train, can't miss training. You got to eat right. You know, you got to sleep right. You got to diet right, like everything. And everything's got to be perfect. And then you'd fight. So that's, for me to do that and it'd be such a, you know, blessing. But to, like you were saying, to make, I don't care if Dana White was there. He's like, I like how you look. I like how you look in those shorts. I want you in the UFC. I'd be like, listen, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I can't do it. It's just,
Unless you're
I can't
paying
do
me
it
a lot.
repetitively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have like 6 to 8 weeks of training where everything needs to be perfect, right? Obviously, obstacles come along. Is it about managing the good days as opposed to the bad days and making sure that the good days are more, or can you just not afford a bad day?
No, there's always bad days. But mind you, when I was doing this, the last fight I had was, I was just maybe 28, 29. So when you're 28, 29 and younger, you're invincible.
Yeah.
So everyone gets hurt. You get hurt. But if you get banged up, you're still training. Mm-hmm. So you get bad days, but you're going to push through. I've never done it at 36. And I know people do, but you have to just be much smarter. Mm-hmm. You have to kind of, I want to say, not go like a bull for full force ahead, because you're going to have those days where it's like, you got to kind of be smart. You got to be like, all right, listen, maybe I'm going to do this today and then make up for it tomorrow or whatever, because you're 36, you're not 28 years old. Okay? You know, you're still smart, you're still strong, you can still get in phenomenal shape, but your body doesn't heal the same. Okay? I wouldn't say your reaction time is lower yet, especially for MMA, because it's not just straight boxing. Boxing might be a little bit different, but you're all there minus the recovery. So you need to be much smarter, and you need to be probably put in more work for cardio, more work for recovery than you do when you're 25, 29.
So then in that case, when you get to fight day on that, I guess you never fought at 36, but if you had to guess, right? Let's just say you do everything correctly. You take the smart approach, balance it out. When you're in that octagon, with the exception of the fucking physicality differences between a 36 and a 25-year-old, what's going to be the main deciding factor? Because everyone's obviously going to point toward, oh, the 25-year-old's good. Dude, he's the young dude. He's going to have the advantage. But I feel like the maturity and the smartness, the intelligence of an older guy has to play into that.
Definitely. Experience is big. And I'm not even speaking on my behalf. I look at professional guys. I look at my teammates that still fight. Look at a perfect example. Glover Teixeira. Mm-hmm. He was good, ranked, lost a bunch, all the way through his 30s. And I think he became champion when he was 40.
God damn.
UFC champion when he was 40. He made a crazy run. And he wasn't the only one, but I was always rooting for him. And it was crazy. He made a crazy run, and he beat the 30-year-olds, the high, like, I don't know exactly. I know he beat Yuri Prohaska. He beat Jamal Hill. And they're significantly younger than him. Mm-hmm. But it was this intelligence. He knew because in his younger days he would stand, strike, try to knock people out. He still kind of did that, but he was smart. He's a great wrestler. He's phenomenal jiu-jitsu for a light heavyweight. He started using that more, started dragging it out, tiring them. And you could tell he was fighting so much smarter what he could. And he'd still get rocked. He'd still get rocked, but he'd be smart about it. He wouldn't try to just like get back and swing his way back. He'd be smart. If you watch a couple of those fights, you'd be like, he's old, but he was very smart about it. So that's a perfect example. But experience, being in phenomenal shape, because just because you're 25 and you're stronger, have more testosterone, does not mean your cardio is where it should be.
Yeah.
And I'm a testament to that. I've lost fights because I wasn't in the shape I should have been in. If you're in phenomenal shape, which is no excuse, you should be, you can win based on that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at a level that's even up to the UFC, you see it. If you are 100 times better shape, think about a fight, 3 rounds.
Yeah.
The hungry young guy is going to come out like a maniac. Whoop you, slam you the first round. Second round, you claw your way back. Third round, now it's 1-1. You're in better shape. The guy's gassed. It's it.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah. And I correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe when you were younger, you come out balls to the wall, war, right? Trading fucking punches. You probably don't want to do that for your entire damn career. Getting hit in the head is no joke, right? At some point, you probably have to be a little bit smarter about it.
Yeah, definitely. And I've seen it with teammates. I've seen the toll that it's taken. You see it in the UFC. There's two answers to that. One, I've been blessed. So I've had injuries and my retina messed up, torn, nose broken, muscle tears, ribs broken, all that. But that comes with the territory. Nothing crazy. My brain, and I even did all exams like as of recently, and it's all good. So I was blessed with that. But the guys that have that problem usually are the ones that don't want to understand, okay, it's time to start finishing. Finishing. So you got the guys at like 40, you got like Andrei Arlovsky, he's still doing bare knuckle or whatever. Dude, he's like
wild.
40-something years old. He was getting knocked out when he was like 28. Like, how much more punishment do you really want to take? Is it money really that worth it?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So that's the other answer. It's more the people that stay in too long.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. How does one, because obviously having the brain be okay is the most important, but how does one damage the retinum, you said, or retina? Retina.
No, it was just a torn retina, so I guess I got hit in a certain way and my retina tore, and when they did all the scans after the fight, like, oh, you got torn retina, so it was not bad, so they fixed it with like a laser.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to see some of the things because I have floaters now, and there's nothing you can do about that, but it's in one eye. And
What do you mean by floaters? I'm not...
Like eye floaters.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you could probably get rid of them, but I went to a retina specialist, like, yeah, it's just part of it. And I'm like, why is it all in this eye? So, well, you tell me.
Why is it only in the eye I got punched in and torn up?
It seems like all this side of my body just took the worst punishment.
Yeah.
I guess maybe because I'm a righty and it was more exposed, but all the bad, except for my torn pec, all the bad was this side. All the bad side, ribs, knee, eye.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Was torn pec from fighting or from lifting?
That was in training.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
That was the worst one I had, and it was the least painful.
Really?
Yeah, I knew it happened because it sounded like cardboard ripping.
Oh God!
And you just you get up and there's no pain.
Yeah.
But you're just like, why can't I flex my pec? People have done it. I know there's a couple guys in the gym, they tore their arms and stuff. But I was like, oh well, I guess that's 6 months. That's the first thing that happened.
Surgery?
Yeah, you have to.
Damn. That's bad. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You got to
They
reattach
reattached it. Being that I was 25, it took me. I was back fighting in 6 months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now if it happened,
Be 18 months minimum.
yeah. Yep.
Damn.
Fuck, dude. That's
Torn
like...
pec.
I couldn't feel. Imagine trying hey, why can't I move?
Yeah, why can't I flex my pec? I got like a saggy boob.
Too much testosterone to have a saggy boob. That's fucking hilarious. No, fuck. I think you'll make it happen, right? Like you said, I think you'll find a way to make it happen. That'd be fun.
And like you said, I'll be disappointed, but I'm blessed in so many ways that it's one I can let go.
Yeah.
Well,
If the stars don't align,
yeah.
you know, but as long as you're trying
Kind of
to
like his
go
black
towards,
belt.
yeah.
If it doesn't happen, he could let it go.
There it is.
Training once a week is
You're crazy.
Training once a week is not going to get you there.
Crazy. I don't train once a week. You're wild.
You're right. It's every other week.
I know.
I'm the last one to talk.
You guys are fucking hilarious, bro. When the hell do I see your ass there, bro? When I'm there, you're there. When I'm there, you're there. Hell
don't say that.
yeah.
I'm there. Well,
I go 3 times. I go 3 times a week to jiu-jitsu, 1 to 2 for Muay Thai, and I lift.
I go now. I'm going to trying to split my time more, but at least 4 days.
Oh, that's good.
At least.
When I was doing the bartending, it was easier to not. It's not that it was easier. I just went during noon. I had more energy. I would go 4 to 5 days a week. That's my ideal schedule.
I miss doing the night class. It's nice because at the end of the day, like you don't have to go.
Yeah.
The real thing is with the night class is you come home, you want to eat, and next thing you know, it's 8:30, 9 o'clock. You get home and you want to eat. So by the time you're done cooking, eating, it's 10 o'clock. Fuck, it's late.
Yeah. So
You know?
the only saving grace for me on the night class is I go to the gym right when I go home. So I go to the gym, I'm going right to class, and then if I stay for Thai, I'm staying for Thai. And that at 33 is tiring, but you got to do it, right? There's no excuse. No excuse.
Yep.
Yeah. When is your ass gonna get back into the Muay Thai class? That was fun when we were fucking partner.
I got to split my time intelligently. So if I have only X hours for this for pure, I'm going to dedicate to jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
And if they have X hours for stand-up, I'm going to go to my MMA gym because then I will never show up there.
That's smart.
But I'm enjoying helping other guys lately. That's also getting me my fire back. Like
Messina.
Yeah, he's trying to get MMA. He's in the baby stages, but it's just I'm enjoying it. Just showing him how brutal and how rough it is. And we're not even throwing punches yet. I'm just holding him down, tiring him out. And I'm like, well, there's a difference between jiu-jitsu and MMA. You can ask Andy. There's a big difference. It's not as intricate necessarily with technique, but there's a lot of high-level MMA guys that are purple belts in jiu-jitsu, but they'll hold you down and torture you and you won't be able to get up.
Dude, jiu-jitsu in the MMA world with sparring and then jiu-jitsu and jiu-jitsu class completely different. You get someone's back in MMA, dude, you forget that they could just stand up. So they stand up, you're like, okay, I gotta let go. Like,
You forget
it's crazy.
that they can punch your face.
Yeah.
Open up your neck too.
Yep. Yeah.
So there's a lot of differences. So
Fuck.
It's fun. I would like to teach and own a school one day. That's also another box. That's another box that I need to check. But that's a more realistic box because there's no time limit on that.
There is no time limit to that.
I love that one is the more realistic one. The one that's only about like 3 months worth of effort versus,
Yeah, but the opening a school is more realistic because there's no time limit, and I'm 100% positive that I will be able to invest in myself.
For sure.
It's just really the time, the money, and a little bit of luck.
Which one's more risky?
Well, if you have the right formula, formula,
Fighting, because people have failed business all the time. Money is money. Money comes, money goes. You're not going to let that stop you from doing what you want.
Yeah,
that's true. Would you do a pure jiu-jitsu school, or would you incorporate MMA in it?
I don't know. I really don't know.
True.
I'm gonna pray on it, and then when the opportunity presents itself, I'll know. I'm not gonna go chasing for it early, because then that's when you rush things, and then you fail.
I like that. I like that.
This is gonna be good.
I mean, I think just even naming kind of with the goal, you have the direction. You're not. It's not like pinpoint exact specific GPS coordinates, but it's like I'm going that direction, and kind of let's see where things unfold.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Life will tell you what it needs you to do.
And I got minimum 18 years left of working as a police officer before I'm out of Dodge. So I got 18 years to figure it out. There's more than enough time.
Yeah, for sure. And then think about it. I know like there's all these things about how long humans live too, but you're a healthy dude. God bless. 54. You could even tack on another 46 years if you really wanted to of just doing whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. Fuck yeah. God willing. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, you're fun to roll with, You're the only motherfucker on the goddamn mat where I'm fucking fighting in a jiu-jitsu match. We do. If you look at our rounds, like in pure jiu-jitsu, we're just fucking around.
There's
like
a very
shadow
punchable
boxing.
face.
Yeah.
Smell your face.
You want to kiss it too, motherfucker? Asshole.
Smell your face. I just want to punch it.
We always fucking we're just fighting. Like people around us are like, what the fuck are these two doing?
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, man. That's half the thing. If you're not having fun in jiu-jitsu, why are you there?
Yep.
That's so true.
I mean,
And if you're
You
not,
might be there
and
to learn
if you're not
self-defense and
going,
shit.
if you're not going to jiu-jitsu, are you paying for it?
That's true.
that's a big.
That's a very big.
See that happen often.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
I'm not calling my brother-in-law out at all.
Oh shit! Shit! Yeah, he was a white belt. Did you get it promoted?
No. He's white belt.
My brother-in-law.
Is he a white belt too?
Mm-hmm. And he was going to Pure.
Nick.
Eric.
Yeah.
Zach,
Close.
Nick, Eric. Yeah, where the
He
hell?
just had a
was he at?
baby.
Oh,
I'm like,
congratulations! All right, yeah.
so, like, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But that's like 6 months, and then but
Then you gotta
it
learn to
hasn't
defend
happened.
yourself.
It hasn't happened,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
All right, well, we got to get him back. Eric, where the
happens.
fuck are you, bro?
I mean, I go through ebbs and flows when life gets in the way. But my goal always has been at least once a week. No matter how busy life's. When we have kids, I'll see what actually happens.
Sure,
Then.
yeah.
When is that happening, by the way? I ask you every single time we roll.
He's got
we
a
got
visible
18
watch.
months. End of the year.
You're going to start trying?
Is
Or
we'll
you were
see.
trying?
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not trying to put too much out there.
All right. Fair enough.
But end of the year is when things are going to start shifting.
Good.
The tide's changing then.
Good.
Oh
You're a
yeah.
mysterious guy.
Yeah. I don't need all this blasted out publicly.
I like that you saw your invisible watch. It's all good.
And the watch isn't time.
It's
months.
It's months.
It's months and years.
months.
So what are some of the other hot topics you guys been talking about?
Oh, everything.
Fuck, bro. We've
Epstein
been talking
files
about
last week was
Epstein
Iran.
files. Last week was Iran. Before that was I don't know what the fuck it was. We had him on, not him. Him.
Yeah.
Because people know Dr. Gus. That's why right? We mentioned Dr. Gus on for like psyops. We've been talking about everything
The psyop
and
stuff's
everything.
wild too, because like you've seen it firsthand, like with all the stuff coming out the last basically since the episode is like peak psyop stuff.
Yeah,
everything on all end of the spectrum.
It's like you. That's why I'm really like I'm going to my new thing of waiting 3 days when I see a hot topic before I'm like actually forming an opinion, because everything in the beginning is emotional and a lot of it's psyop, and I'm focusing on not having it affect me like draining, because I know you're big on that. You deleted social media because of that.
Yes.
I need
years
that.
ago.
I need
Years
to
ago.
do that. It's been real bad.
Well, I mean, I'm keeping the social media absolutely for the show, but
It's addicting.
yeah. Does it mean I can't limit my scrolling?
Yeah.
That's baby steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no social media. Do you follow up on the news and stuff?
So I was on social media like everybody else.
Yeah.
And it was mostly like fitness related, MMA related, and then for my own reasons, mainly it was like build up, and then finally when I'm like, all right, I don't need to do this anymore, was during the election.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't want to hear about
2020 election?
the last one,
Okay, yeah.
2024. Regardless of who I support or voted for, or I voted, and then it happened. Two things happened at once. One, I'm like, I don't need social media anymore because I don't need to start feeling about certain people that I'm around differently based on what they're screeching into social media.
I like that term too. Screeching.
And
that's what
secondly, I became significantly more apolitical after that. Mm-hmm. Not because I don't think you should vote. I vote, but it's just so consuming. Mm-hmm. And then you realize that the election is one thing. So the 2020 election, I was like all in it. And then it was all the way till the next one. Mm-hmm. It was like everything on my feed was always peppering in politics.
Yeah.
And it just was exhausting, a waste of time. And then both those happened, and I just got off all social media. And then I got on X, which I never had before, with just a burner random profile pick list account, because I am a Dallas Cowboys fan and I want to follow their team news. Sure. And somehow my algorithm started shifting back to politics and all this. I'm like, are you
By
kidding
design,
me?
for sure.
I'm all right. So I'm still not off that, but I limit when I go on because I only want to know about football. I don't want to see any other political stuff. I'm very political. Doesn't mean I don't have opinion on things. Mm-hmm. I just don't want to talk to people at work about it. I don't want to hear my dad raging about it. Life is just so much better in my bubble. And I won't say it's ignorance, but it's just it's selective ignorance. I just don't want to talk about it. It just doesn't affect me. It really doesn't affect me.
Yeah. Well, that's something I kind of lean towards too in these conversations. What's it? Informed but not consumed is like the expression everyone has. But the big thing
I like
lately,
that. I'm gonna use that.
I don't know where that came from. That's an old school.
I mean, I don't know if I got it from a podcast, and some dude. I don't know if he got it from somewhere else.
But the big thing lately is and this is kind of something I've kind of heard a lot, but I'm trying to lean in more lately. Is like, okay, so you find out this Epstein list stuff and all that, right? Okay, cool. But at the end of the day, what can you do? So you're going to spend your whole day putting energy towards this, being stressed out and freaked out and pissed off, but you can't make a single difference towards that. And you're not putting that energy into your life to improve the things you can. So it's like, okay, cool. Don't be completely ignorant and know nothing, but is your whole life's energy going to be directed towards this stuff?
And it's not positive. It's always going to be negative. You're always just going to get angry from it.
Because it's, what's it called? Spiritual. It's spiritual war. That's what it is. Because you think about it, once you feel that drain inside you, that's your energy, that's your soul. So it's meant to do that. That's why, and by the way, preaching it, I still fall. Like last night, I fell victim to it, right? So I'm aware that I'm just, now that I'm more aware of what's going on. So, yeah, it's crazy. And what you were talking about before, how in 2020 you were fully vested in it, and then you finally got out of 2024. You know, it's always like a pattern too. Think about it with politics. 2020 happens, the election happens. Whoever side wins is happy, and that's all you see on there. And then everyone else, the other side, is bitching. So that's all their stories, right? Everyone's doom and gloom on one side and praising on the other. Then the first year in, it's like everyone goes back to normal. Then midterms, so right now, shit starts building up again on purpose, right? Everyone's back in it again. And then the midterms will happen. The year after, nothing. And then the year after is the election again. It's like they got you if that's why it's good you got off. And if you can't control it and you let it control you, they got you 4 years. Every 4 years is a cycle. It's fucked.
And then I wouldn't say it's ironic, but you mentioned the Epstein list. When I was super into it, 2020 and before, and I was all about conspiracies and going down rabbit holes, I knew about all of this. This was not new. The Epstein, who's on it, what's going on, who's in control, blah, blah, blah. And now it's just all coming out to the normal people. I'm like, and I'm not even on social media, but I hear people talk. I'm like, I already know this. Yeah. I knew this a decade ago. This is not. Tell us we're crazy. You just got to look at different kind of news. You got to look at this very rare now, but you got to look at the non-mainstream news. You got to see between the lines. It's all been there.
Yeah, or the source. That's a good one. So like by the source, I mean, let's say there's like a medical, so for COVID, right? Okay. There would be medical documents or documentation on the CDC website of how many people actually died from COVID and then how many had like 2 to 3 comorbidities. So COVID wasn't death. They did a fucking table. But if you looked at the news was saying that was a conspiracy. So it's like, if you're not going to the source, that should be your main thing. Let me see what they're saying instead of the news headline of the source. It's like fucking propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I forget where I saw it, but it's like when you're reading the articles, again, this is agnostic to whatever side you're on. It's even more important when it's the thing that is promoting what you believe in. How is it worded? Is it worded to persuade you in a certain direction, or is it a kind of monotone title? Here's data from this scientific study. Boom. There's no direction. This study said that we're going to blow up the world in 10 years if we don't do something. You're providing someone direction to go towards. So, like, that's a big thing with a lot of the propaganda. So, like, you'll see this stuff on COVID, and it's like, oh, well, COVID's dangerous. And then, like, you read the article, it actually said nothing of it being dangerous, you know?
Well, that's the headline.
Yeah.
The headlines will always get you, like, and majority of people don't actually read the article. If you read the article all the way till its end, it's not really what the headline says.
I don't think people are even reading articles. I think they're looking at reels and 10, 15 second tidbits, and that's their opinion because that's the attention span people have now.
That's one thing I noticed too is, so we had, when we had Gus on doing the PSYOP stuff, right? And then, I don't remember what it was. I think it was the first stuff with Iran or whatever. No, it was Tucker Carlson. interviewed Huckabee, and then I noticed all these random accounts that had nothing to do with politics were promoting, showing videos of Tucker Carlson and saying he's anti-Semite. I'm like, oh, this is propaganda right here. Like, this is not on your page ever.
They were told.
And,
Who?
Well, they're paid. They're paid. There's so much funny. Like, and that's just one direction, but that's across all the platforms on it. On everything.
Yep.
There's always someone pulling strings. That's what you notice.
Yeah.
Always someone pulling strings. And the fact that the only thing that I can say now that really irks me, as far as how you can say, like all the, what you're talking about, is when you see any Hollywood and big, rich personalities trying to teach normal people how they should feel about things. That bothers me because that is like, you doesn't take a brilliant person to just look and be like, so and so. I'll give you an example. Robert De Niro. He's been very, very vocal on his hate for Trump. It's his First Amendment right. He's allowed to do that, but he's using the platform to try to convince the masses of something. You're an actor. You probably didn't even go to school. You live on an island in the clouds, for all I know, in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You have endless money. You have no idea.
He doesn't have endless money because he's had so many baby mamas and divorces, so that's why he's still working.
Yeah.
Sure. But
so he clearly doesn't make good decisions.
How do you know what's going on in day to day?
Oh, he doesn't.
How do you know this?
Yeah.
How do you know? But people are not independent thinkers.
No.
So they're like mob mentality. Like, I don't like Trump, so I'm going to listen to him. He's completely right. I love this guy. You know, it's just so ridiculous. If you are in that position, just do what you're doing and be quiet. Like, you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to live and work a 9 to 5 or any of that. Most of them don't. Maybe a select few, but most of them don't.
Yeah.
But even if they do know, how many of them are still grounded once they get that popular and famous?
I truly believe in going back to the spiritual thing, because when I said 2 things happened in 2020, 2024, third thing, I became much more, I was always into my faith. I mean, significantly more into my faith. But I'm convinced that to get to that level of riches and power, like, you need to do something. You need to give up a lot spiritual, a lot in your soul. And I think all these people are lacking that. And they're screeching into the publics and saying, I believe that, you need to think this way, you need to do this way. At the end of the day, when they die, wherever they decide to go, whatever, God puts them, they're not taking their money with them.
No.
So I think they should be more concerned about that.
Yeah, and think about it too. The soul selling, is very much the reason why a lot of them either talk out because they're being told to, or keep their mouth shut. So a lot of them keep their mouth shut on stuff that they know they want to speak out against because they're afraid of losing deals. They're afraid of losing records, etc. Agencies, which, is fucked up, but that's what they do. They decide to just get the money. They don't give a fuck what's right or wrong.
And I think that's the main theme is money. And not to quote the Bible, but Jesus said it himself. Jesus said, you cannot worship God and money. You cannot worship both. And these people worship money. And money is a necessity, and I'm a victim to it too. Like, you worry about it all the time. But that's by design.
Yeah.
It's to be truly enlightened, you stop worrying about it. But they worship it.
Yeah.
They worship it.
So
that and attention.
Yeah, and attention too. But the thing about the money too that I'll add there, they worship it. So the funny thing is, you said, let it go. That's sort of actually too, if you're doing like something, that's actually when the money starts to come in. It just flows to you because you don't really give a shit sometimes, right? Sometimes.
In a perfect world,
sure. In a perfect world, yeah. But also, I think it's how, like, what are you doing to get that money? If you're doing everything in an ethical, moral way and you just want some money, fine, perfect. If you're fucking people over to get the money, now we have a problem. And for me, now we have a problem.
And you always need more.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing this for money. They're doing their open opinions for money. And they're not independent thinkers. They're doing it because XYZ told them, like you said, I need you to say this. I need you, this is a current event. I need you to say this. You say it vocally, loud and proud. I don't care if you agree with it. Do it. More money, more money, more money. How much money do you really need?
Yeah.
Like it's that they need it. They need the power. They need the money.
And that's another thing too, is power. Because before I get into the power statement, like I'll admit it here. Right now, we're not making money on the show. I would
cost us money.
I would love to make money in the show, and that's a goal that I have for the show. So I will absolutely not. I'm not going to be hypocritical. This show, my goal is to have it make money somehow. Okay, but the power aspect of it now, those people have so much money. I'm talking about you know, because conspiratorial, right? The families, right? All that shit that pull the strings. They've got so much money. They have trillions of dollars, right? Maybe quadrillions. At some point, they get bored. What do you do when you're a trillionaire? No one is on record a trillionaire, but we know like the Rothschild family definitely has $1 trillion. Like, come on, you have to. We don't know for a fact, but you speculate. What do you do at that point? You want to play God.
You play God.
Yeah.
You play your chessboard.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, though, is like they've been doing that for decades, centuries.
Yeah.
So it's like to them, I'm sure just second nature at this point. They like the family genes don't even know better.
Yeah, like it's in their genes.
Yeah, it's what they do. So like
you and I had a very. This is bringing up the conversation we had on our very first episode. So episode 114, and I remember you asked me, "Who do you think is at the top of all this?" And I said had to be demons, devil, evil spirits.
Well, top of that.
Yeah, like
top of that group you're talking about.
Yes. And at that point, when you look at how that could infiltrate someone's body to cause them to do the horrific things they do, it has to be.
Well, there's no other explanation.
Yeah.
I think there's more of an awakening than we think. So a lot of people are starting to realize that. That's why there's so many more people that are going to faith, and there's so many people going to Christianity, because it's just so many crazy things are coming out, and there's really no explanation for it. There has always been an explanation. It's been written for thousands of years, but now people, even young people, are starting to realize that, and they're starting to educate themselves, and that's where you have the birth of a lot of baby Christians. They call them baby Christians because they're like essentially me. Mm-hmm. You know, you grew up, you lived your life, you didn't care, you stopped going to church or whatever, and then you started to refine it, and it started to let it come into your life again.
Reborn, like born again, right?
Essentially, yeah. A lot of them are, I wouldn't say, I don't know, I don't have stats to back it up, but from my inner circles and people I meet, a lot of them are going to what I went to, and more of an evangelical, I would say, Protestant leaning, because one of the main reasons a lot of young people don't stay with the church is because the Catholic Church is it's the way it is. I wouldn't say it's not fun, but it just doesn't pertain to a young person's life that much. It's not much, and I was a Catholic growing up, so it's just, I have a lot of respect for it, and if whatever leads you to Jesus, you got to do that. But I think that's why a lot of them are leaning towards this way, because it pertains more to everyday life, and it's more small groups, a little more about the actual scriptures, less about ritual.
Yeah, and also think about it too. If we're going to take all the corruption, right, you have to put the Vatican in that too, and that's what controls the churches. Like can't. The Vatican isn't.
Yes, I completely agree with that. The Vatican is definitely sketchy.
Yeah,
very sketchy. But there's corruption in all sects of all.
For sure.
Even the one that I'm talking about too. There's how many mega churches have been collecting money and then they screw everybody over. It's just Satan's going to be trying to weasel his way into everything.
For sure. I think
all time it will never stop.
For sure. And like you said, all religions, all sects of those religions, and then take that of like you could have a business and then a specific industry be legit, but then there's scammers in those industries, right? Like so they always exist. Fucking scumbags.
Yeah. So you're speaking of Jesus, and the one thing I've been leaning on a lot in the conversation.
This is something I want to talk about.
I
like this.
And the conversation has been having, and this is it's talking about politics, and I see people screeching online, like you said. I really like that term. It's not screaming; it's screeching.
They're screeching
It's
into
screeching.
the void because
Yeah.
they're like, who's looking at your opinions besides the guy you work with?
Yeah. Or
You're just gonna-
the people you agree with.
they're literally not to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
What I think of when people are giving their 3-page dissertations on how the Iran war is wrong, they're literally taking a pillow from their bed and putting their face in it and screaming as loud as they can into it, and then putting it down, and that's the effect it has on the world.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But it's their First Amendment right.
Yeah.
Let it happen. But there's so many better ways to.
It's not
use your
saying
time.
you don't get to do this. It's just saying let's pivot our energy somewhere constructive. But like in these conversations, I see people get worked up over whatever topic on whatever side they're on, and like it's exhausting. And I think this is kind of where it seems like everyone in the room is like it's not about sides anymore. Like it is, but it's not. Like we have different opinions, but who at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? Let's go on. Let's go fucking train jiu-jitsu. Let's go to church. Let's go do this shit and live our lives. We don't have to let that set the tone with everything. And like people talk about like, oh, you're Trump. You must be a terrible person. You hate immigrants or all this shit. I'm like, you're putting a lot of stuff out there that I don't think is being said, and you're speaking for other people. But even so, like Jesus, he sat and ate with the prostitutes and the criminals and all that stuff. And I think the one thing I've been bringing in these conversations is like, and I'm trying to lean. I haven't been able to figure out how to communicate it well, but like Jesus went down that route, and I think one of the lessons from that is don't be arrogant to think that you can't end up in that position that those people are in. Whether it's a homeless person or a drug addict or, a corrupt politician. Like, if you were in their shoes, maybe you would have ended up in that direction. We're all human beings. We all are not perfect. And, whoever has not sinned, cast the first stone. It's the same thing in all of this. So even if you think you have the moral superior high ground, don't talk to the other person like you're better than them. Because we're all in the same boat of not being perfect. We're not the best. We make mistakes, and because
you just articulated it very well.
Yeah.
It's literally what the I wouldn't say there's a point because he is God, but that is one of the main points of Jesus that I learned, and I had to read and reread and reread what made him different. Because you learn in church and school, and you read the Bible a little bit, and the main stories in the Old Testament and the chosen people and getting freed from Egypt and blah blah blah. But exactly what you said. The reason Jesus was different was because he essentially went to the Gentiles, the non-Jews, the people you're talking about, the criminals, and he let them know that you have the same rights, you have the same opportunity to achieve eternal life as the rabbi, as the king. You have the same opportunity, but that wasn't the case before him. Before him, it wasn't like that. It was a very, very select classes of people separated, and obviously, the holy people out of Israel, the original Jewish people, they were the chosen people. Then Jesus came and said, no, everybody is a chosen person. Exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how to get that into the conversation. It's like reach across the aisle. Like you don't have to agree with them, but if you think that you have the correct decision, alienating these people because you think you're better than them because you have the right thought and they don't, you're kind of defeating the whole purpose of the whole conversation.
Well, and then think about it too, because if you're talking about politically today, right? Okay. So then both sides are fighting for that class who thinks they're above the people, but they're not. Yeah. It's just it's a false reality for them because they think that they control us, but in reality, the people are the strength. So it's the same thing.
Yeah. And then it keeps coming back to the same theme on this stuff, but it kind of spreads out in different directions. Like you see all the stuff going on with Iran and all that, and you see Trump invade, and they, at one point they said that we had an attack before Israel did or whatever. And so the theory is that Israel's kind of calling the shots, and Trump doesn't really have as much of a say. and people give him shit about it. It's like, okay, that's probably fair. But put yourself in that position. What do you think you would respond? Do you think you may be making different decisions or not? And you might be, but at the same time, like, to be arrogant coming in the position that you think you know the best, you were dealt cards, and you only can see the card you're dealt. You don't know what the other person has.
Yeah.
So in all these situations, you can have an opinion on it, and I'm not saying opinions aren't okay, but there's a lot of arrogance to think that a lot of people are having, that they think they can see all 52 cards in the deck when really they only have the 7 cards they're dealt.
And that's perfect. So what I'll say to that too is think about Epstein, right? We all want these people to pay, right? I think that's fair to say. We want these people to pay, right? Be held accountable. There is no excuse of why we are now letting this Iran situation distract us from that, right? There is no excuse for defending the pedophiles or covering it up, okay? But let's just say,
when you say, gotta pick your brain. When you say you want to see them pay, what exactly do you mean?
held accountable. I have my things. They need to be held accountable.
Let it out.
Let's just say wood chippers aren't always for wood.
Tell me you're from New Jersey, then tell me
that's
that.
valid. But,
And I'm talking about the people who are eating and killing babies and raping them.
of course, I completely agree. But at the same time, when you say that and you want that, do you think, and it sounds very cliche, but do you think if you had the opportunity to pull that switch and say, everybody, you're going in the wood chipper, do you think you'd be any better than them?
You know what? That's a very valid question. And I've thought about that before, and I can't give you an answer because I don't know.
And you don't think that more that you don't know about will still be out there?
100%. But here's the thing. I think people lean toward arrests as a way, right?
Law and order, sure.
Sure. But here's the thing. You need to give people a reason why not to do something as heinous as that. You know what I mean?
I'm a police officer. I'm big on law and order. Big on law and order.
I know.
But
and this isn't a tough guy talk.
You are, and deep inside, I probably would wish the same. I would wish the same. But at the same time, part of being a baby Christian trying to find the right path is knowing that God will make them pay.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
And you should get comfort in that. And of course, maybe you completely lose your mind. Maybe it was one of your kids and your opinion would change. But that's the part of the fight is let God take care of that and you take care of you.
I agree that in the end, I've always kept faith. No matter what I say, no matter what goes on and what twists and turns it takes, I truly do believe there's going to be retribution, right? I truly believe they're going to be held accountable in whichever way it is, right? I believe that. Now, what I was going to go to before with like everyone is rightfully so asking why someone is covering it up. They're saying Trump's covering it up. Rightfully should be asked that question, right? What if, though, to take your example, and if you hate Trump, pretend it's Obama. I don't know. What if those two people were the ones, let's say, that are about to release 100-year-old cabal ritual? Don't you think there's a kill switch? Do you think it's possible that someone's whispering in his ears, you might want to do this. You do it. We'll just end the world somehow. Don't you think that's a possibility? Not saying that it's right that they're not doing it. Could it be a possibility?
Of course. And I think goes back to what we talked about a couple years ago. There's always somebody pulling strings. Mm-hmm. So that's the way I look at it when I see all these things, even the Iran conflict, everything. Now, you said it yourself. You don't have both sides. Do I think that, assuming that the United States is looking out in the world's best interests, which is very slim to none, it's always about money, in my opinion. But let's just say they're going there to truly liberate oppressed people. Mm-hmm. I find that possible, but based on the history, and I'm pretty well versed in a decent amount of world history, American history, I find that very hard to believe. Mm-hmm. So that's why I reserve my opinion, because you said it, everyone's turning it into a football game. You got mob mentality, team A and B. Iran is needs to be freed, Team A. You are anti-Islam, Team B. Be on one of the teams. You have to be on one of the teams. You have to.
You can't be in the middle.
Cannot be in the middle. You have to be on one of the teams. So that's why I'm the guy that's in the stands.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to get a snack at the snack bar because I'm grown and I'm not saying I'm more enlightened than anybody else. I just know that I don't know and we will never know the true outcome and the implications. I just find it very, very hard to believe. That's the only truth I know, that it's one side is for the complete best interest of a certain type of people.
That's fine.
I don't believe it. And it's just never been the case. What I do think about your kill switch and your whole Epstein thing, I think that there's parties that have vested interests on both sides. And I think those parties are all mixed and mashed into one. It's not so much of a party as much a big blob. Okay? So Trump, left, they're not over here. They're like right here. Okay?
So it's like not
they're wheeling and dealing. However, I do believe in some instances they want to keep control, and if they release such a bombshell, or they release that all your tax money, all of a sudden, what if tomorrow comes and they say this is 100% the truth, both bipartisan, both sides come out and say, I hate to break it to you, but every penny that you paid for Ukraine and we raise your taxes has gone into paying for politicians' luxury lives. Do I think it could? Maybe, but it maybe would be time for everyone to be like, all right, we're united now. It's over. We're not listening to you anymore. We're not paying taxes anymore. They don't want to do that. So I think that's bigger motivation than who's going to be in jail, who's not going to be in jail. I think that's the bigger, because when we're divided, we're weaker.
100%.
And we're easier to control. And that goes 100%. Even on the lowest, example. If you're a CEO of a company and there's camaraderie and it's super strong, and then you make a decision that not everybody likes, you're in danger because everyone's united. Why not have them fight each other? Why not have them dispute? Easier to control, easier to pass things, easier to stay in power. But that's my opinion on a lot of these. That's why I reserve my opinion.
100%. No, 100%. And it's valid because the division is actually very real. We see it every day. Division amongst religion, divisions amongst sex, division amongst whoever the hell you like, division amongst color, anything, ethnicity, country. And I have by country, I mean, I have no problem with there being countries, right, with borders. I'm saying it's like ethnicity, nationality. There's always a division.
Of course.
It's so calculated and so perfect.
Yeah. And then you see it all the time too, they just recycle through which controversy they're talking about. LGBTQ, race, war.
It's time for police to be racist again. And why aren't they racist lately? It's ICE now.
It's ICE.
Federal.
Yeah.
Local police haven't heard a thing. Yeah. Well, it'll come again. Yeah. We're all racist again, which is not the case because,
it's not the case.
It's not the case because there's never been a group of such hundreds of thousands. I don't even. There's a million. I should know how many law enforcement officers are federal, non-federal in the United States. Are you telling me that the common theme that we're taught and we're embedded with is to be racist against minorities?
Right.
Do you know how many police officers are minorities?
So many, dude.
The guy in my squad is he just fought last night. I would take a bullet for him. He's a big black dude.
Yeah.
I would take a bullet for the guy. There's no way that I see that there's just a common theme of racism. I think that crime and minorities committing more crime than others in many areas might skew opinions and start skewing the culture, but there's no embedded racism because
750,000 people.
750,000 police officers. Just like I would say, what if I said, my parents are doctors and we have many disagreements because I'm more, I used to make fun of it, honestly, but I'm more of a holistic leaning now, especially because I have kids and I've seen the differences when I'm trying to treat certain things with them. But anyway, I see them and we argue about big pharma and vaccines and this and that. It's like, is it fair to me to say that doctors' mentalities are about money and big pharma and feeding big pharma and not at all, and feeding the insurance companies, it's not at all about actually helping people. It's equivalent comparison.
That's a
And
very
it's
good
not fair.
comparison.
It's not fair. There are many that are, and there are many that are because there's, there's just the culture in being a doctor. But there's no way. There's no way. That's why I just don't even pay it any mind, and I think it's ridiculous. But you're right, and you're both right. And before I forget, I wanted to bring up a passage because you were saying you wanted retribution, and anytime I get angry and I want retribution, I think of this passage because it's not only one of my favorite, but it's also pretty badass. But,
Who said it?
It's in the book of Romans, so it's essentially Paul writing a letter to the Romans. And let me get it because I don't want to do it exactly. One of the exact.
Yeah, you don't want to paraphrase. You want to quote it.
Well, the Bible talk today. I love it.
I like it. It's good.
Okay. Romans 12:19. Ready? Let me read the whole thing. Romans 12. Beloved, never avenge yourselves, but leave it to the wrath of God. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. So it's pretty badass. And essentially, I take it as literal. When when you get angry, obviously I get angry at you, and then I'm like, I want to get back at this guy. But more just that, how angry you are, like, why can't I do anything? Why can't I go out and stop and get all these pedophiles and put them in a meat grinder? He will avenge. He said it. You don't worry about that. Revenge is for him. He will get it in the end. And going back to the second part of that is since I've been kind of like apolitical and not in social media, I haven't even gotten pulled into any conversations. I feel like I used to when I was during the 2020 election, when I was at my peak MAGA mania, whatever. I would be like pulled left in real life, person. Like me and you would be talking at work or here, and I'd be like, "Oh no, this is it." And I just get pulled in. I don't know if it's just I'm toned it out or it's just not approaching me, but it's just not. I have not had one conversation where I got pulled in. I'm so ready to drop like a bombshell and just walk away, but no one has come to me to
because you're not seeking you shall find. You're not your awareness is you have an awareness that something's going on, but it's not your main focus. You're not expecting to have a conversation. Your mind and your reality is no longer within this. I need to have a political discussion, so it's not finding you. And you know what? Sounds like it's pretty peaceful.
It's awesome. And somebody said it very smart. I can't remember who said it, but they said that, and Satan works, and he's everything we're talking about. It's not just rebuking him and trying to be a good person. It's letting him into your life. If you let him and think about him indirectly, think about him through revenge, infidelity, all these things like, I'm going to go out tonight. I'm going to take this ring off though. You're inviting him in. If you don't invite him in and you don't even pay it any mind, he can't get in. So I think that's a direct example in my life. The less I let him in, I don't see it, I don't hear it, and I'm just so much happier.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's actually thinking about that made me think of last night. I received a text in a group chat, one that I would normally respond to, and that would probably turn into a 2-hour back and forth. Mm-hmm. And I literally just looked at it, and I was like, not today. I don't
Good
give a fuck.
you.
I was
growing.
I was like, not today. And you want to know what?
What was it about?
Oh, politics.
Oh,
wow. And I was like, you know what?
Not today, Dad.
Was it your family text?
No,
not today. Not today, Mom.
No. It was not family. It was amongst friends. And I was just like, not today. I completely forgot that text was sent this morning. It came at like 11 o'clock. I was like, oh, shit,
and that interaction, if you started barking back, might have gotten you angry enough to annoy you for the day.
For sure. I will admit.
Have shitty sleep.
I will admit. I'm not 100% pure in it because
He drove over and punched him in the face.
No.
I didn't answer, but I went over and fought him.
No. I did let it get to me in another way, but I never actually engaged in the conversation. So I wasn't completely calm. There was maybe about a good 5 minutes of me being upset, and I was like, wait, this is probably what that person wanted, so let me just chill. And another thing too, you said about like looking at your friends or family on social media and seeing what they're spewing. It's so funny. People probably do it with me if I post politically. I don't post that much politics anymore, but sometimes. And I see it with them, like other people. Let's just say at Pure, we have everybody, right? All different opinions. And I'll see people's opinions, but I don't think they're a bad person for their opinions. I'm just like, I really don't agree with that opinion. But then when you go into the mat, no one's talking politics. Everyone's just like, hey, what's up? Oh, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. But if you didn't know that person, that would be an easy way on social media to be like, fuck this person. Probably an asshole. And then you see them and realize, like, oh, they're a good person.
Absolutely.
I
learned that too. That too. And I kind of get a sense, some people wear, you wear your emotions on your sleeve. Some will wear their political party on their sleeve.
I wear my emotions on my sleeve.
And you could just get that vibe. Mm-hmm. But now, 5 years ago, I would have been like, I'm going to stay away from this person. For no other reason that I don't want to get into an argument and have to put him down.
Yeah.
And I think less of him. Now I don't, even the people, I don't care. I really don't care. I won't say I pity them, but I pray that they just become a little more educated within themselves. But aside from that, they're probably awesome people.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they are.
And this is something I think I talked about last week, is we have a different opinion on...
Except you're a jerk off.
Yeah. Politically speaking, when you have someone that disagrees with you, right? Do you think they're trying to be malicious and make the world a worse place? No, that's their opinion on what they think would make the world into a better place. So, like, when people say, like, you're a terrible person because you like Trump, like... That's their opinion on what they think the world is. If we went in that direction they believe in would make the world better. It's not like we're trying to blow the world. Some people do. There are people that just want to see the world burn. But
the Joker.
But typically speaking, most of the time people have an opinion on whatever political point of view. It's not because they want to watch the world burn. It's that they think that's going to make the world better. So, like, yeah, we disagree, but at the end of the day, it's like we still are trying to get the same goal: is the world's a better place.
Yeah,
and everyone forgets that.
It's a really good point. And sometimes I like to dissect. So I ask a lot of questions when sometimes I talk to people because I like to. I don't want their answer. I want to see how they think. So, like, I would ask you, say I am a Trump supporter and you hate Trump and you just start barking at me because you just found out that I hate Trump. I want to know, let's dissect that. What is your goal having this conversation with me? What is your goal? Because this could be two things. You want to make me feel dumb or you want to convert me. Mm-hmm. You're going to make me feel dumb and that makes your life better. And the second part, you're going to convert me. What are the chances you're going to convert me coming at me with that, with those, that nasty attitude? Ironically, it's going to work against you because now, as a regular sucked into politics guy, I'm going to hate liberals even or Democrats even worse. So it's just when you think of it that way, it's so dumb. Mm-hmm. It's so dumb. It's mind boggling. But I think just generally people are not independent thinkers anymore. They're addicted to their phone, and that's the main.
Well,
they're away from faith.
I don't think it's now. I think it's always the case. I think it takes a lot of effort to be an independent thinker. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of just open-mindedness, and really, it's turning off the ego. It's like you don't have all the cards, right? So everyone knows they don't have all the cards, but they don't always act like it. So if you're just blindly following, whatever side you're on, you don't have to think. You're just told, okay, cool, they have all the cards, so I don't have to worry. I know that they're right. But subconsciously, you think that you know all the cards, but you know you don't. So these arguments, I think, really stem from arrogance that you know everything, but really it's just insecurity and ego talking, because you don't know everything, but you can't admit that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's a good point. A lot of deep discussion. You know, it's good. I like it. It's good to see what we're doing right now. How calm we are. Mm-hmm. The problem too is
nobody can do that.
Nobody can do that, and I'm not saying nobody can do that like on a podcast.
I mean, it's easier when we all agree.
Agree for sure, but politically, if people approach the conversation at the energy, and I'm a victim of this, a victim, suspect, whatever the fuck it is. I do this. I get heated. I don't lash out and yell at you, but I get very heated. But if you could just relax, just
fiery Italian.
Yeah. No, but also think about it energetically, because we are energy, right? Mm-hmm. If I stay calm, most likely you're going to stay calm. The minute I come up, you may or may not come up. And then we're just going to boom, boom, boom. And then we're in each other's face. Mm-hmm. So.
Same with policing.
Yeah.
If I escalate, the person I'm trying to arrest is going to escalate. Mm-hmm. Like I'm calm, a lot better chance that they're going to be calm and they're going to start cooperating. But if you come in like everybody, like fiery Italian comes in and starts at an 8, it's very hard to go down from that now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of guys like that, and it's very annoying.
Yeah, that right there is what causes a lot of tension overall in the public zeitgeist of police. Is people that is the common. I feel like that's the stereotypical cop. They come in hot and just shut the fuck up, sit down. Generically speaking, and that just ruins everything.
I have my own theories on that too. A lot of these bad videos and stuff, and I see it day to day. I see good. I see bad police. I see good guys that, I know police officers that are broke, that are struggling, have 4 kids, but they're men of faith and they go to work and you would never know. Mm-hmm. And I know police officers that are spoiled and they have nothing to worry about outside of the work, materialistically speaking, and they come in just pissed off, treating people badly. I think it really stems from a lot of, in every profession is your home life. Mm-hmm. Fighting too. You bring your home life in. They say leave your home life at home and go to work. It's impossible. You bring your home life into your work. You bring your home life into your fighting. Mm-hmm. And if your home life is good, then you're going to be okay. You're going to be happier. You're going to talk to people with respect. If your home life sucks, then you're going to have a more snippy, be less patient. Mm-hmm. And I see it day to day. But let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. How do you make your home life better? Say you want to be at peace when you go to work, whatever you do. How do you make your home life better?
I mean, that's a loaded question, right? You have to work at it. You attack the problems, whatever those problems are. If you're married and it's with your wife, all right, let's actually try to sit down and understand each other where our disagreements are. Maybe start there. If you're single and if it's I like my job but I don't like where I'm at with my body. Okay, well, like your mom said, someone who wants it bad enough. Why don't you start to make those necessary changes, right? That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not sure if I'm answering your question. It starts with you is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What were you
No, those are good answers. No, good answers. They're good answers.
Yeah, it really depends on what the issues are, right? But overall, it's like you got to establish what the problem is first. A lot of people don't do that. They avoid it. They're avoiding people. Like the person that has every possession outside of work but is miserable. Mm-hmm. Well, what are they avoiding? The person that goes out partying every weekend, they're avoiding something. No one goes out partying every weekend into the 80s, unless you have some stuff that you just don't want to deal with, So like the home life, getting that, it's work. But you got to figure out what the work is. And, there's a difference between being single and being with a girlfriend that you're not living with versus living with someone versus married with kids. Those are all different things that have I'm not there yet. You are married, but with 2 kids.
Oh, that part, yeah.
Yeah, but married with kids, right? And you come home and you and your wife are on the same page. You guys are great, but your kids are just friggin' going through a growth spurt or just they're going nuts in the house. And you're like, oh fuck, I'm exhausted from work. We're all exhausted, and these kids are just being rambunctious. It's like that's a lot. And then you have to go to work because your kid was up all night coughing because he's sick, and you have to go to work the next day. Mm-hmm. Those are tough things.
Yeah, that is.
But I think coming back to the faith stuff though is is I think there's a lot of stuff in the Bible, which I probably should start going back towards, is there's a lot of stuff in the Bible that talks about all these things. But it's back to the faith is I had this conversation with someone else recently. This is what I said, God's going to give you the gifts that you were supposed to have. So why are you stressing out? And this is the same thing I remind myself. Just keep moving forward. Go towards the things that you think you need to go. What you're supposed to be given, you're going to be given. Someone was talking about maybe applying for a new job. I was like, you got to apply. You're talking about not applying because you don't know if you're going to get it or whether you want it. Just apply. And then you didn't even get the interview yet. Do that. And then maybe when you get the interview, you can see whether you like it or not. But like, God's presenting you a gift right here. Take it. Don't say no. That's really arrogant for you to say no to the gift you're being given.
The surefire way to not get the job is to not apply. No, that's it. That's a good point.
But the big thing is, it's like God's going to present you whatever path you're supposed to be going down, and you have to remind yourself that constantly.
Yeah,
I think in all the aspects we've talked about, it's still the same thing with retribution, all that stuff. God's going to go down the path that everyone needs to go down. So just when the path's presented to you, you're going to see it, and you're going to know it is, whether you want to admit it or not. You're going to know that's the path. And sometimes you don't want to accept that that's the path, and you're going to fight it and fight it and fight it until you can't. Or, like life just says, screw you. Mm-hmm. You had your opportunity.
No, for sure. Let me ask you this. Being that you're on the streets, right, all the time, or you work, like you're patrol detective, right? Yeah. I could only imagine having to see people on their worst day every day.
90% of people
policing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do then to make sure that doesn't psychologically and subconsciously come home with you? Like, how do you attack that? Is that an easy thing to or
not for a lot of people? To answer that, I'll just give my general. If you ask me, from my experience and opinion, based on my life, only in my life, what will make a police officer happy and go to work and be able to handle it? 2 things. If I had to answer in one sentence, 2 things. Train martial arts and bring God back into your house.
Cool.
And that's exactly what I do. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm just good at it, but I go home and I turn the switch off and I have no problem. My wife doesn't even know what I do at work. I don't talk about it. I don't need to. I go home. I don't want to think about it. Now I'm home. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's other people listen and be like, well, it must be nice. Well, those are the only 2 things I've changed. I used to be the same angry, rambunctious, hot-headed, unhappy, worried about money. I'm still have anxieties. You can't get rid of them. You just work at it. But those are the 2 things that changed that made my life significantly better day to day. End of story.
Love that.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Do you see that your martial arts training allows you to come into situations at a 1, at a 2 instead of an 8?
To some extent, sure. You have more confidence. You're happier. Scientifically, you're happier. If you're always training and you feel good and your body's good, your brain is happier. Mm-hmm. It's science, But martial arts doesn't stop bullets.
Yeah.
So you need to like what you're doing and educate yourself further. So you have martial arts, you have faith, enjoy your job, take pride in it, which is something that a lot of people don't do. Learn tactics, learn whatever you like, but know enough about everything. Know when to safely, how to be tactically safe, all these things. But this is what they try to teach you, send you to classes and stuff, but you need to take pride in it, just like what you do. Mm-hmm. If you're just a schlub that knows the basic manual, goes through the day like a zombie, make ends meet, that's not how you're going to get better.
No, and you
can be happy. Yeah, but you could be a happy guy. I'm like, I'm happy, I'm good enough. But you just got to take pride in it. Just like you this podcast, take pride in it. Every time I come, it's different. Something's upgraded. Mm-hmm. That's the direction you need to go in. And that's going to make you better.
No, for sure.
That's what's going to make the person confident not to come in at a 9.
Yeah. What do you, like, if, let's just say you get called, right? I don't know if this is like personal stuff you can't share or not, but let's just say you get to a scene and there's 2 people arguing. You just showed up. What the fuck's going on? You have a vague idea, right? From dispatch. they're yelling at you. What's the first thing that you do? Or not, they're yelling at each other, excuse me. What's the first thing you do?
The first thing I do, by policing directions, separate the parties and make sure the scene is safe. But essentially, that is what you're doing. You are safely approaching, you're safely making sure the scene is safe, and you're separating the parties. Most of the time, it's going to be domestic, because that's what it sounds like. Mm-hmm. And then you have procedures you have to do from that. But safety is always number one. Mm-hmm. You got to make sure it's safe. You got to make sure that you don't separate the parties. Let the woman walk off into the kitchen and grab a steak knife while you're not paying attention. And then she comes in. Now you got to fight a woman with a steak knife.
Yeah, that would suck.
So you have to be smart. You have to make sure it's safe, and then you got to separate. And then you start your A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Okay. Well,
it's a simple answer, but that's
no, it's a good answer. Do you think that people see, and I ask this in a joking manner, but in also a serious manner, okay? Because of your demeanor with the MMA and your cauliflower ear, do people tend to be like, oh, okay,
I haven't directly seen it. I'm sure, but so I think yes, but I haven't directly seen it because there's bigger and scarier guys in my department. Surprisingly, my chief likes to hire fighters.
Yeah.
So you got, like I said, 265-pound black dude that's got all knockouts.
That's just all knockouts. Holy shit!
I'm like, bro,
shout out, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know who the fuck
I want him. I want to call in him. I don't want to do anything. So
you said 265.
He cuts down to 265.
Oh, he cuts down to 265.
State champ wrestler.
Yeah.
Dude, play professional football. Play for the Eagles for a short stint.
No shit.
Complete monster. I'm like, be scared of that guy. Don't
yeah.
Scared of me. Yeah. But like, it goes back to what I said. You got to be smart too. You got to be smart tactically in all facets because your martial arts not gonna stop a bullet.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just thinking about competing against this dude. I walk at 170 at my heaviest. This dude's 100 pounds over me.
That's why there's weight
cutting
classes.
weight. Yeah,
that's why there's weight classes.
God damn,
like, what would you even do? Go? You can't in MMA.
Shoot him.
Yeah, no, yeah, shoot him. Yeah, legitimately.
Imagine you trying to arrest him.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Strength in numbers.
Yeah, but dude, that's yeah.
Taser. You got tools.
Glad he's on
you
your
have
team.
tools. You have tools.
Yeah, for sure. But still,
have you ever? I mean, I don't know if this is gonna get you in trouble, but have you ever had to use your MMA fighting?
Yeah.
Okay,
of course, and it makes your life a lot easier when you know that, however drugged up or like his mind's lost, or you will be able to not only outlast them, but you will not be put in a bad position.
Sure,
assuming there's no weapons involved.
Yeah.
But there's a good feeling, you know, and like, okay. Whereas you're a 120-pound female who refuses to train anything, and now you're by yourself for 3 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be
against a 180-pound angry guy who just, broke up with his girlfriend, and yeah, that's probably scary. Mm-hmm. Whereas me, I'm still gonna be scared, but I'm like, all right, I think I can handle myself.
And by that, it's like you have those nerves, just they never go away, right? Like it's like the butterflies.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, I see the videos now. You can tell the difference between the cops that train and don't train immediately. As soon as the hands-on stuff happens, you're like, oh, that guy has no clue what he's doing. And you'll see videos of like 3-4 cops trying to take one person down. The guy's like standing there, not moving. You're like, dude, guys, come on, man. That's not even. That's embarrassing. Like, oh, you don't think you need training? And then this happens. You're like, come on, man.
Yeah,
you
do something.
Yeah, and things are getting better. The state's always behind, so they're incorporating jiu-jitsu and defensive tactics more.
Finally,
it's more impactful now, but it's always behind. It should have been already.
Yeah,
it should have been. But the guys, like you said, going back to what we were talking about, if you want it, you want to make it happen. If you want to take pride in your job, you want to be more safe. You want to fire. Let's just say it's a 10% chance less that you're gonna. 10% chance more that you're going to go home safely if you train. Why would you not do it?
Yeah.
I want that. I want like that people to understand that. Like, even if it was a 1% chance, like say if you told me tomorrow, you're a police officer, Andy, if you do 5 squats and bang your head against the door 3 times and your percent of going home safely to your kids will go up 1%. Every day you do that. 5 squats and bang your head like a caveman against the wall. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Because that's how important it is. But
No, don't worry. You could just bang your head against my stomach while you're in my car, like you do all the fucking time. No, but but to your point, yeah, obviously, why wouldn't you? Come on, why wouldn't you?
People lazy.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of insecurity too. This arrogance. It's funny is thankfully, like my wife's department, there's a lot of the guys are training now. But it takes a lot, and I know there's one guy in our department that's really been getting people initiated, and it's like that first class too. It's kind of nerve wracking if you don't, especially if you don't train. It's a lot of pressure. So it's getting the environment for the people that really don't know what they're doing, and I can imagine it being almost embarrassing if you show up as a cop and you just get manhandled by like the 120-pound female.
You would think.
purple belt.
You would think, but I think it's embarrassing to be police officer and be 300 pounds, overweight, can't even run a mile. Like, I think that's embarrassing, but
yeah,
like I said, I'll worry about me and let them worry about them.
Well, yeah. Well, unfortunately, though, if they're on your squad and they're coming to support you,
then they're going to get an earful from me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they need to.
Yeah.
They need
That's
to
also
take
the
pride in
department
their
standards,
job.
too.
Yeah. But then you're getting into another can of worms, discrimination, and why can't I be as capable as this person? I mean, there's physicals and stuff, but you're going down the rabbit hole. Then it'll be, then you start discriminating, and here's one common thing: anything government related, anything state related, they don't want to touch anything that's going to go down that hole.
Yeah.
So for them to say, and there is, to some extent, there's a pass-fail physical to get into law enforcement. I think the state police on probation, they retest you. But anything that's going to be like, have someone come back and say, why can't I do what he's doing? Are you discriminating because X, Y, Z? They don't want to touch that. They don't want to touch that. So if it's a 10-year vet, and I mean, you could send him fit for duty. Like, hey, I don't think he's fit for duty. He's got to be tested. But if you say, this guy can't run a mile, you're fired. There's 101 things he's going to come back with if he's that kind of person. Instead of just taking pride and be like, you know what, let me work on that and do it. No, that's not how people think. Wait. Well, I had plantar fasciitis surgery. Are you going to discriminate against people that have surgeries? Or I have flat feet. Are you going to discriminate against people that have flat feet? That's the reason I can't run a mile. My doctor, look, I got a doctor's note. Then you're going down that whole rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's brutal.
That's crazy.
I don't know. That shit drives me nuts. Because it's like, oh, you have a doctor's note saying that you don't need to meet the physical needs to do the job.
The easy answer is,
that's like,
you're a slob.
Yeah.
Fix it.
Yeah.
But those days are over, unfortunately. Yeah. And from your professions that you got to tiptoe now and whatnot. So,
well, here's the thing. And what do you think about this? Do you think, because here's what I'm getting, my understanding, at least from your department, without knowing anything about your department. Tone at the top. Leading by example. You're a fighter. You're in shape.
My chief's in shape.
Your chief's in shape. You have the fucking monster of a 265 heavyweight that played football. I feel like when that is your standard.
And two other UFC fighters.
And two UFC fighters. Okay. So see, the tone at the top, that could be a good fix. People are going to want to stay, or are only going to want to stay in that department or be in that department. If not that they need to be a UFC fighter or a fighter in general, but they're going to probably be more willing to learn if you guys are setting the example. Do you think that could be a fix?
I would if I don't know. It's a tough question because I don't think people generally think like that. Especially policing, it's unfortunate, but people it's a little bit bitter. I want what he has. Why is he getting this and I'm not? It's like a high school. It's like a big family, jealous kids. Ideally, theoretically, yes, that would be a perfect world, but I don't think necessarily. I think it's just smart to have that because now your department is more squared away.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe if it affects a couple guys and they're like, yeah, I'm going to start training now. Perfect. Mission accomplished. But you're going to have two other guys that are like, look at this bunch of fighters. They're getting preferential treatment, blah, blah, blah. So it goes both ways.
Interesting.
Just both ways.
Interesting.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
I had to go
bathroom?
Empty the bottle.
Have you guys ever had, change the topic, have you guys ever had like an animal expert or like anything with like.
We had a
animal,
Marine canine handler.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we had that. We had your dog trainers.
Oh yeah, we went to them. That was fun.
Yeah.
Or like scientists or something.
No,
a lot of
scientists, yeah.
engineers. Engineers are a big team. I'm just giving ideas because personally, because
You're sick of hearing us talk.
No.
Just kidding.
I don't really watch like a couple podcasts occasionally, but Joe Rogan, obviously everyone knows Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And he's like got a monopoly on podcasts. The ones that I like to listen to from him the most are like the out there ones.
Yeah.
Like the space, pyramids, guys that went through the Amazon and fought an anaconda.
Paul Rosen. Yeah,
We got to get some of those guys.
Yeah,
that, and I'm not just saying it. That will elevate this.
Next, like for
next
content
level.
for sure.
Oh
yeah,
my gosh! 'Cause
yeah.
everyone wants to hear that. No matter what you think or what your opinion is, that stuff is fascinating.
Well, do you know whose episodes tend to do really well? And look, obviously, it's a fun conversation, but Dr. Gus's episodes tend to do well because
I mentioned that one. Like
Yeah.
that is one that I remembered, and I was like, "Wow, he seems so smart."
Yeah.
And he had like a lot of cool things to say.
he's got a lot of friends, and he's got one that in particular that he would like to have on the show. Apparently, this guy's another doctor, and he's apparently like a genius. I think his IQ is like 200.
I want to be in here too, and I want him to make me feel super dumb. Super dumb.
But like that's a guy you can.
I'm sick of feeling smart with Joe. I want to feel super dumb.
Oh yeah. Don't give yourself credit. Oh, you fucker.
Yeah, so we're trying to start expanding more of our clientele list.
What would you say your
Guest list.
guest list?
So as a podcaster, you have to be adaptable. You have to be, I wouldn't say an expert, but you have to be well versed in many different things.
Sure.
Almost like adaptable. Well, what would you say something that you're a little weaker in that you would need to like start getting in here to influence? Out of any topic that a podcast would have.
Are you asking like what skills we need to work on, or
Not
what people we need to get?
like,
no.
Like, what do you think that if you had your first expert on this, would you be like more? I'm going to learn a lot instead of I have a lot more to.
Yeah,
because you can always ask questions.
No,
but I'm saying I have a lot to learn, and I'm not really well versed in this.
Yeah, so probably. Do you have an answer? I would say something.
Exactly sure what the question is.
He's saying a person that we could have on that would force us to learn from, that would be
basically
like if Carl Sagan was in here and he was like, "I'm going to talk about astrophysics," and you'd be like, "I'm going to ask you questions, but I don't know anything about that."
Yeah. Well, you know what I would do? I would let him. I would obviously, if I had Carl Sagan on here, I would get like a very brief skeleton outline of where I want the show to go, but I would let him talk.
That's because you take pride in your work and you do your homework.
But here's the thing, though. This show, and a lot of times what we do is based off the natural conversation. So there's a lot of times where we didn't discuss what we were going to discuss before coming here, but I knew you have good conversations and that it would go somewhere, and it did.
I got a lot. Give me some other random topics.
All right, fine. You said you like the Amazon and Amazonian anything.
Well, I was a bio major 100 years ago, but I like science. I love history. Politics.
What's your favorite history category you like to dive into? What's your most recent one?
There's so many. Lately, I've been, because I kind of just read and just listen when I'm bored because there's a lot of downtime as a police officer.
Yeah.
I like Napoleon.
Mm-hmm.
I like figures. I look at figures. So that's what I gravitate towards, like historical figures. Obviously, Jesus was one.
Mm-hmm.
Not to go back to that, but that gravitated. That's how it actually got me back in. I'm like, first question I asked myself was, why is he like why was he the most impactful person in the world? I looked at a historical standpoint because that's what I like. And I'm like, yeah, I know the claims, but let me be a completely like an alien that landed here and learned the language. And I saw, why they don't talk about Jesus? Jesus, most, followed religion, most best-selling book. The calendar's based on him, our modern calendar, holidays. Everyone talks about him. Everyone uses them in common language. So what made him so impactful? And then I start digging in, and that's what kind of converted me. But that's what I look for historical figures. So I was looking at Napoleon a lot. Obviously, World War II is a big one. You like World War II?
Yeah. I was just actually watching a video last night on the 77th Army Division. The average age was 35.
Really?
Yeah.
You know who you would like on World War II? I'm sorry, were you going somewhere? I was going to say, you should look up the dude who got the Medal of Honor, killed like 200 Japanese soldiers by himself in World War II as an American dude. Just keep that for later to research.
Yes, I was watching The Fat Electrician last night. Do you guys know who that is?
Yes, he's great.
You
showed me him.
Yeah. But I watched this whole thing on the 77th Marines. They were an experimental division during World War II because they were concerned that if it came to it and they went through the first wave of soldiers in their 20s, that they would have to go towards the older group. And the average of 35, the 77th Army Division, I think, they excelled in everything. They were experts in shooting, all that. And
saying that there's hope for us?
Yeah. So, well, it's you were saying. I think you were saying this in fighting too. Is the only difference between a 22-year-old and a 35-year-old is two things: experience, obviously, but it's the recovery time. But the experience, but you still have the performance, the reaction time, and all that. So the experience and all that knowledge goes a lot further. And they were talking. He talks about stories where they went up against like another division that were all like 22-year-olds, and they were fucking around with them because they were just demolishing them.
They were just too smart for them.
Yeah. And then Japan, when they went to surrender, they said, "We will surrender, but we will not surrender to the 77th Brigade or Division, or whatever," because they were worried they would kill them all. And then Fat Electrician broke down the stats of American soldiers. I don't know if it was Army overall or just the whole American forces, the amount of kills that the whole forces had versus deaths, and then compare that to just the 77th Marine. And it was like 10-1 killed the deaths, and then the 77th Division was like 115-1.
That's crazy.
Like significantly higher than everyone else. Jesus. And the only difference was they were just old.
Wow.
Military old. 35.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Yeah, so that's the most recent one.
That's pretty dope.
I go through ebbs and flows of the history stuff, though.
Yeah.
How about this? For getting on the history, let's go all the way back, and I'm going to make it more, well, you could say conspiratorial, but they actually just fucking found it with the archaeologist, the Italian archaeologist. We were taught that the pyramids are like a tomb, right, for the pharaohs and where they keep the gold. But did you see the accidentally, I think it was either archaeologist or anthropologist, I think it's archaeology, found through scans that there's coils underneath the pyramid. Yeah. That's some fucking wild shit.
I've heard Rogan talk about this.
Yeah.
Nonstop. Every podcast for the last 3 months.
My true belief is that, and it's more the Graham Hancock, if you know him, him and the other guy he goes with, the geologist. I think so. Their belief mixed. I believe that there was a time, and first of all, I believe the pyramids are way older. I agree with that. Mm-hmm. They weren't in 2,000-3,000 BC. No, because that just doesn't make sense. I think they were tens of thousands BC, and I believe that civilization, and they don't really want to tell us because just like doctors and vaccines, scientists are kind of stuck on their ways, and it's like the weird new age ones that are kind of butting in and saying, what about this? And it's going to take a long time for them to accept it. Kind of like anti-vax ideas with doctors. They're like, no, BS, vax are good. And now they're starting to be like, oh, well, maybe
they're not perfect.
They're not perfect. Maybe you shouldn't have 3 million types of metals into a one day old.
So you're saying that a company that has full immunity may not be doing the best interest of people.
Yes.
And
no, money has nothing to do with it. Okay. But anyway, I think that civilization was extremely advanced. Mm-hmm. But I see it like this. Ready? So there's a timeline and there's a big fork. That fork was probably caused by the Great Flood, Ice Age, whatever you want to call it. We're going, advancing. We got to this point before the fork where just as advanced. I'm boring him. No, I'm kidding. Just as advanced as we are right now. But not in the same ways. Okay? We're advanced equally in tech, but the tech then was tech for Earth. Gravitational pull, manipulating Earth's gravitational pull, using, science, the stars and whatever, and astrology and whatever. Then whatever happened, and it branched, okay? And now we started over. and we start over, and that's where we get the Bronze Age and the whatever, and then we got to now we're equally as advanced, but we're stupid because we have this instead of knowing all what they had. And if we go back, guarantee you, I'm very confident. I don't know if I read this, but if you had the biggest corporation, construction, whatever, and you told them right next to the Great Pyramids, I need you to build the exact same thing.
Oh, they wouldn't be able to do it.
I don't think they would be physically able to do it, which blows my mind that people are like, well, they used levers and things and slaves. It's like, bro, we can't even do that with modern alien technology. And they did it with levers and slaves.
Yeah, and they tried. They wet the fucking sand to no shot. Something or someone built that. But how about this? You bring up a very good point, and I like what you're saying with regards to they were advanced civilization just like we were, but in a different way. You're sort of speaking toward like the Nikola Tesla, where he's finding ways for free electricity, and then may or may not have been fucking killed for that, right?
He died. Yeah. He died in love with a pigeon.
Yeah. So I think people like Tesla and people like that were actually finding our way back to the old
Donald
way.
Trump's dad or like uncle?
Yeah, that's a conspiracy. Like one of his relatives was the first in there.
I think his name was John or something.
And then all of a sudden the Trump time travel thing came from that. Because all of a sudden now, like, you got Baron Trump book written
in the 1800s.
And now he's like,
That would be cool if that were real, but
I do believe they were trying to figure out time travel, and it's probably scientifically possible. But at the end of the day, I know the Nazis were trying to do it.
Yeah,
they were trying to do a lot of wacky stuff. They were in the baby stages of building the atomic bomb. But I think that we were civilized, and I don't think we truly understand what the purpose of those were.
No, it was absolutely using.
There's theories that it could be a power generation from Earth. Like wireless transmission of power. I mean, that's what they think the coils might be.
The coils.
All the way down.
I wouldn't even go as far as to say that we got so advanced before we had to start over that they didn't already have capacity for nuclear weapons. I would think that they were super. If they never broke away and they continued onto this route, I think they'd be in space.
Intergalactic travel.
I mean, there's also the theory too is that we originally
or our Earth wouldn't suck.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
But there's also a theory that we originated on Mars and then we came here after.
Yeah.
After that planet no longer was sustainable.
That's interesting.
Is that the Anunnaki one?
No, the Anunnaki were the.
They come from a different solar system.
Of the Anunnaki were the beings about the Sumerians who textbooks say were the first civilization. Civilization meaning like they used irrigation and grew crops, and first civilization on paper. And they wrote about the Anunnaki, which were like tall, blonde beings that gave them knowledge.
Yes,
they were bigger, and they drew them, and then all this, they were given knowledge and technology, and then they disappeared.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, they were aliens. Like, well, I don't know what they were, but maybe they were angels.
Yeah, I
do think that I synchronize now, like the thought of aliens and spiritual. I don't think it's different. I think it's demons, angels. I think it's closer than people think.
So you don't think it's like gray aliens that we get shown in Hollywood as much as...
I think there's such thing as aliens. I think that people are skewed because of Hollywood, that they're Star Trek and they fly here in a spaceship. And no, I think it's interdimensional. I think there's angels and demons are real, and they do probably cross into our... And it's written in the Bible. I mean, the Holy Spirit is a thing. And I think it does affect people.
How about this? How about and I know this gets widely criticized, but I think it needs to be said is how the Book of Enoch, bro, the fallen angels. And I know that for canonical reasons it gets excluded, but it's like that's a major book right there.
Yeah, they talk about giants and stuff. Definitely a cool read. I don't get into the weeds, not because I don't necessarily believe it, because I'm not educated enough. I need to solidify my basics on foundation on Jesus, and then maybe I'll start venturing out.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why I brought up Book of Enoch is because that sort of sounds like Anunnaki, right? The beings come down and...
Could be. They were not the only ones.
Yeah.
The Mayans had similar beings. They had drawings of what looks like spaceships, but they call them fiery dragons with snake heads. Like, that's probably what somebody then would describe a modern spaceship as. So there's a lot of weird stuff, man. A lot of weird stuff.
How about this? What was your take on the Mayan calendar that we were supposed to die in 2012? What do you think that was?
I think...
sorry, go on.
It ended in 2012, allegedly, but I think it's like anything else. It's a misinterpretation. I think God has the only real knowledge, but I think that it didn't necessarily end. I think that we're probably just not interpreting right. Maybe a cycle ended, but just like I believe the Old Testament says that Abraham was 700 something and so Jacob died at 500 something. It's like, well, they're going based on that. That doesn't mean maybe 100 years then was 5 years now. We don't know. We're misinterpreting it. I don't generally believe that people were living to 900 years old then.
Yeah.
I think it's just a misinterpretation.
How about this? How about Book of Revelation, right? There, you could take it in the literal sense with regards to the end of the world, but what if the revelation is just the revealing, the awakening?
The rapture?
It's the revelation in general, the Book of Revelations.
I think, the Book of Revelation was written by John. He was the only original disciple that didn't get brutally martyred. And he was on an island, and they say he was already like mentally losing it. But I do believe that it speaks on what's going to happen. And I think when I grew up, I would think that the Bible is not a literal thing. That's how I kind of convinced myself. Like, oh, well, Adam and Eve and these cute stories. And then I would convince myself to believe it because I'd be like, well, it's not supposed to be literal. It's just like it's like a metaphor. Or it's like it's just like a story, but it's becoming more and more literal to me. And it's not because I'm getting dumber and more into those crazy Christians that believe venomous snake bites heal people. No, I'm getting because it's just making more sense. Just like I didn't truly believe Jesus. It always goes back to Jesus. I know I keep bringing them back, but that's truly where the foundation of my faith is. That he rose people from the dead and he rose himself from the dead. I would say it as a Catholic growing up, and you would too. You're like, yes, I believe it. But at the end of the day, you'd be like, hey, do you think this guy can raise from the dead? Like, no, I don't think it's possible. And I went to college, and I'm like, it wasn't possible. It's probably just his spirit, and they were just kind of like, no. Now I truly believe it was literal. And based on the facts, based on the evidence, and based on the impact it had on the world. I mean, because I just went off on a tangent on your question.
That's what just shows.
I think it's more literal than people think. Except it's more literal than people think. And going back to that question, do you think he rose from the dead? You could say no. No,
I actually think he did, because if he's God or the Son of God or God in human form, whatever you want to say, he's God, I think then he would be able to do that, right?
Do you think he would be who he was in today's society if he didn't have the capability of to bring people back from the dead and bring himself back from the dead? Do you think just based on what he was talking about,
bring back from the dead besides himself?
He brought 3 people back. Okay. He brought a young boy. He brought I believe someone's daughter, a young girl, and he brought his friend Lazarus back from the dead. They were dead, and he brought them back, and he obviously brought himself back. But you think, take those away, do you think just him healing people and preaching what he preached was enough for him to have the impact he had on the life? I think the main theme is I don't think that's possible, because evil satanic things have happened. People can say there's black magic and whatever, but I think that's the main thing where it goes back to.
Here's what I
don't think it would have been possible.
Here's the thing.
That's a good question. I don't know.
So people always like to say that if you do things, it's like evil black magic. But what I'm starting to, and this is my view and my opinion, the most powerful thing is the soul. Because the soul comes from God, right? So that's like the Trinity, the Holy Spirit. And I think Jesus was able to do that not only because he was God, but my belief now is he was showing the people what we are capable of when we take the limits away from ourselves. That's what I think is happening. And honestly,
he defeated the ultimate thing, which was death.
Yeah. And literally, like, if you think about
he's
it,
like, oh, I'm definitely not going to church now. I've heard enough.
Well, no,
I've
no.
heard enough of
I
this.
did 9 years of fucking Catholic school. I'm good on church.
yeah, no, for sure. But if you think about it, even today, if we knew, let's just say that what I'm saying is true. If we knew that we were the like holistic approach, right? I don't think there's any bullshit in that.
No.
This right here, we say it's a miracle when someone cures themselves from stage 4 cancer by using their mind. Is it a miracle, or is it what we're truly the divine? Right? Why would we need any of these institutions if we were able to heal ourselves? That's where I'm starting to go down.
Good.
You know what I mean?
What's the next question?
The next question is this.
Because I went on off on a tangent.
Well, we're going to keep it on conspiracy, but here's the thing.
I like conspiracies.
Geography. I love geography. I fucking love geography.
Do you?
I love.
Can I test you?
Yeah, sure. And I was going to say Antarctica.
I'm gonna give him a and listen, you can edit this out. I'm gonna give him a
there's no editing.
Give him a lollipop. What's the capital of Iran?
Iran is Tehran.
Good job. What's the capital of Spain?
Spain is Madrid.
What's the capital of Brazil?
Brazil is Brasilia.
All right.
Did not know any of those.
What is the deepest part of the ocean on Earth?
Mariana Trench.
And where is that?
It is right in the Pacific Ocean in the middle.
And what is the... Is this fun for you?
I'm more intrigued that he hasn't fucking missed one.
No, I'm going to get progressively harder.
I think it's like 11,000 kilometers if you were about to ask something like that.
Okay,
13,000.
Let's go a little deeper. You get the next question right.
You can't go deeper. That's the deepest part on Earth.
Fair. I was going to ask you about Antarctica. That's why I was saying, like, keeping a conspiracy, because you hit me with that with the Nazis, because the Nazis went down to Antarctica, not documented what they were doing there, and it seems to be the only thing that every world leader and every major world country can agree on is that no one travels to Antarctica, with the exception of that like one port area where you can go to, right? Where like there's the research
base. So are you
base.
alluding that there might be something spooky over there?
Possibly. What's over there?
I wouldn't put it past them. There's probably something interesting over there. I mean, there's people go there. I mean, you can
can go there, but you're not. You're
like
refined to a
underground
very
caves and stuff.
All right. Here's the thing. Yeah. Okay. Those are
very
some conspiracies.
restricted of access there.
Yes. And sure, let's play devil's advocate. It very well could be that you don't want to go into the middle of a continent that's negative 60 degrees, right? Fine. Conditions aren't ideal. But is that the only reason? That's where I like to question it.
That's a good point. I wouldn't put it past them. I think there's something probably interesting there.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe it's less nefarious than you think. What if it's an insane, endless amount of oil that's frozen, or I don't know how oil works. I probably sound dumb. But what if it's an endless amount of oil and they can't make it public because it will cause complete chaos and war? Because we love going to war over oil.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's gold. Or maybe
diamonds.
Or maybe it's
alien spaceships.
Or maybe it's a remnants of our civilization when we were talking about back then.
I like that. I never thought about it that way. More so, I thought about it toward like the civilization type thing, like something
I don't know
there.
If things are living there. I'm not sure about that. I mean, maybe though. I mean, there's a lot of secrets that we don't know, right?
Yep, that is true.
What are geography?
I don't know. You were asking me. There's a really cool game I play with two of my friends here every morning. It's called Map Tap. It's a daily game, and it asks you a city in a country, and you have to tap it on the map, and then you get points off. It's so addicting. When my autism is geography.
Yeah,
100%.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm gonna try to stump you.
You probably I don't know everything about geography. If you asked me the capital of all 50 states, I would crush it. No problem.
Florida,
Tallahassee.
Capitals is one thing. Let me think geography.
Okay,
questions.
yeah.
capital Thailand.
Thailand, Bangkok.
What is the only? Because I actually looked this up. What is the only technically in the Middle East nation that is majority Christian? It's a tough one.
This is a tough one.
Technically in the Middle East, but you're gonna.
Well, technically in the Middle East. Okay, so it's not in the Middle East then.
It's. there.
I'm thinking of. This is not my answer. I'm just thinking out loud. Lebanon comes to mind. I know they're very Christian, but they have a very small population. Majority Christian. Okay,
Yeah, they're split 3 ways.
They're split 3 ways, and they're very small. Technically, Middle East. Is that like? Are you like including the very tip of Africa?
No.
Okay. Good.
That definitely wouldn't be Christian.
This is actually a very good question. I don't know, but I'm just going to shoot a guess there.
What is this face?
I don't know.
I don't think you're going to get it.
Actually, I think I know you might be thinking you're going a little north because it's not the Middle East. Maybe Armenia or Azerbaijan?
No, but good. Armenia... that would be my guess. I think that's what I guess. It's Cyprus.
No shit. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
You know what I've been on a what were you going to say?
I was going to say, do you know what country in the Middle East does not have any deserts?
The country in the Middle East that does not have
Bahrain.
Lebanon.
Is it Lebanon? Is that why they have the tree as their flag?
It's the cedar tree.
Cedar tree.
Bahrain, and it's supposed to be like
No,
like
Bahrain.
where the Garden of Eden was.
No, but Bahrain. Yeah, but
Is it more like southeast?
Bahrain is right on the eastern part of Saudi Arabia. It's like a little blip that's off.
I don't know if it's the
Yeah.
only country, but I know Lebanon has no deserts.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Considering
They're
that's
also on
right
the
by
Mediterranean.
it's
And they're
right
the
by
size of New
Jordan,
Jersey.
Syria, and Palestine, and Israel, and Saudi Arabia.
And I believe where Jesus turned water into wine is southern Lebanon.
Southern Lebanon.
Yeah, I forget
That's
what
pretty dope.
City, yeah.
There's a lot of great stuff there with Mesopotamia and all that shit for history. Oh, there's so much good stuff there.
No, not
Göbekli Tepe is in Turkey. That's
the other
that's
one,
a crazy one.
the place in Lebanon with the fucking biggest stones on earth. Baalbek is Lebanon.
Baalbek's Lebanon. Love that.
Yeah, that's the biggest stones, man-made stone. Well, manufactured cut stones is in Lebanon. Bigger than Giza. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think they're like 500 tons. Now I gotta look it up.
I got a question for you.
Yes,
According to YouTube Reels,
Okay.
because I don't know if I believe it, but I looked it up on Gemini and it agreed. What are the 4 animals on Earth that will, and this is kind of skewed, but you could say that they will hunt humans to eat them?
Polar bears is one of them for sure because they have no other source of food.
4.
Polar bears for sure. I'm gonna say, damn. Wait a second. Wait, this is good. I'm gonna say crocodiles. I will say
What crocodile?
the Nile crocodile, saltwater. Okay. And I got 2 more. Right? You want to take some guess?
I was gonna guess wolf or shark.
Shark. I don't think
Sharks actually don't. They
Yeah.
don't actively hunt.
Tiger, Siberian. Not Siberian,
Tigers,
Bengal.
just tigers,
Tigers in general. And I got one more.
Yes.
I'm gonna go lion.
No, it's not a lion.
Is it hippo?
No, I actually don't remember the 4th. But those are the 3. Those are the 3 cool ones.
Yeah. The polar bear one is fucking crazy.
That's what I've been looking. I've been researching polar bears a lot. They are freaking scary.
They are, bro. They're like 10 feet tall, and they just want to kill you.
They run 30 miles an hour. So you know how like they say, black bears, if you encounter them, you should
Make yourself big and
scare them.
Sure.
Hold your ground. Grizzly bears, you lay down,
Mm-hmm.
protect your neck, let them beat the crap out of you, and hope they get bored and leave. Polar bears, like, there's nothing you can do.
no. Once they see you, they're going for you.
They will outrun you, outclimb you, outswim you. There's no chance you're going to scare or hurt them. You better hope that you have a high capacity rifle to take them out. That is such a scary thing. Imagine the people in like northern Canada that have to deal with that.
Oh, fuck that,
In Alaska,
dude.
yeah.
Dude, fuck that.
So is lion and tigers.
No way.
They're both on there, yeah.
No
Lion,
way.
so
Are
what's
you
According
sure?
to ChatGPT.
4 to 4,
I don't know where you
baby.
saw the list.
Let's go.
Let me double check. Because they said lions are very docile against humans.
Well, maybe because they're sleeping 18 hours a day, but
It says polar bears and leopards.
leopards.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Really, leopards?
Yeah, leopards
Dude, I
are-
love big cats, jaguars, cheetahs, all that shit.
Cheetahs
I
are
love
my
them.
favorite.
Oh, they're so nice.
Apparently, cheetahs are like a super unique animal.
They actually won't like they're not so much. I wouldn't want to be in the wild with one, but they're not going to attack humans as much.
They're tiny.
Yeah, I thought they were like closer to like not the. They're a cat, but they're like more close to a dog than any other cat. There's something weird with cheetahs.
Like, are you sure that's not hyenas?
No, it's cheetahs.
Hyenas
Hyenas are weird,
bro. Hyenas
They're
are
weird.
vicious.
But I think cheetahs are super unique animals. I had an obsession with them in 6th grade. I did like so many reports on them.
Dude, cheetahs are great.
Cheetahs are my favorite.
Do you know they're very highly anxious animals, so much so that they need to have a support dog. So that's why if you go in the zoo.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about what would you be more afraid of? Getting let's just say a quarter-mile head start to run a quarter mile with a polar bear sniffing you, or swimming across a swamp with one single Nile crocodile?
I would take my chances on a quarter. I have a quarter-mile head start to run a quarter mile with a polar bear. I don't think that's a good odd, but I am absolutely taking that over swimming across a swamp with a Nile crocodile. 100% every day of the week.
I'm just going to swim towards or run towards whatever animal it is and call it a day. You're not winning either one of those.
The bear's like, wait, what are you doing? You're supposed to go that way.
You're weird. I'm out of here. You might actually live. You're the only one that lives.
Dude, did you ever see those videos of like people it'll just be a swamp, you can't see shit, and then they put a stick in the water, and then all of a sudden a crocodile comes out of nowhere.
I'm fascinated
that,
with them.
dude.
They're gnarly. And they've freaking survivors. They've been around since dinosaur times.
Yeah, literally. Them and sharks too.
Yeah, all those creatures.
And then it's fun to know that like sharks aren't even the apex predator of the ocean. It's the fucking killer whale.
Yeah.
Which is a
nasty.
dolphin.
They're nasty.
Wild world we live in.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Would you rather have to survive one day in the African Sahara or one day in the Amazon?
I think the smart answer would be the Amazon. Because you have a fighting chance. People go through there all the time. I mean, all you need is a machete and you got a fighting chance. Plus, don't go into the whatever they call those Amazon rivers. Get away from the anacondas.
Yeah.
Stay under the trees and hide. And I mean, the Sahara, you just get dehydrated and die.
Yeah. True.
That's a dumb one.
Oh, wait. No. Wait. Did I say Sahara? I not Sahara Desert. I said Sahara, but I didn't mean that. I mean, like down in Kenya and Tanzania where there's the, like where the lions are and all that shit. What is that called? The Serengeti, sorry. Like something like that, not the Sahara.
Also tough. I would still take the
Amazon.
I agree,
Because you have more cover.
I mean, what is going to kill you in the Amazon? A snake?
A jaguar.
A jaguar?
Could any of the bugs? Though that's a killer, like a bug.
Yeah, but you got a day.
Yeah, true.
You'll be okay.
Yeah.
And that's it. Those are really the two killers: the snakes and the leopards. I mean, in the African outback, you got any angry, hungry tiger, small cat, hyena, elephant, hippo, whatever the heck's over there.
Fuck.
Snakes,
black mamba, kill you.
Yeah. I'd rather deal with a freaking constrictor than, which is dumb because they're probably more high percentage killers than one of these crazy like snakes.
And then
I don't understand who handles these snakes for fun. Like,
have you ever seen the video?
If you get bit by like the inland taipon, that most venomous snake in the world, even if you get anti-venom within like minutes, you're still going to be completely deformed and your body will not be the same.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. Absolutely fuck
People
that.
are like, oh, well, you just get anti-venom. Bro, your arm is going to be like off. Like if you live.
What's it called?
Inland taipan.
Where is that?
Australia.
Oh, bro. Speaking of a continent where
Fuck that place.
anything could kill you.
No, I'm not going there.
I don't mean the country. I mean the continent.
Luckily, all we have here are rattlesnakes, occasionally, which is the most venomous, which will kill you, but I'm sure that we can live from that. But the other two, the cottonmouth, and which I didn't know, I learned from a Morris County boy that I was when I moved here. Cottonmouth and the water moccasin, they're venomous, but you can just deal with it or take antibiotics. They're not going to kill you. They're not going to kill you.
Did you ever see that guy? I forgot his name. He's down in Florida. He's looking for the 20-foot python.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah,
My kid loves him.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
great,
With the swamp puppies.
Yes. He was on Rogan, right?
I don't know. He was on Rogan.
No, he was. I know this. I know he was on Rogan.
I'm forgetting.
And he
his
was
name.
also on Rogan because he ran into some weird sketchy shit. It was like an old burnt down NASA place that. It was like some satanic ritual shit he ran into in the woods of Florida that he was trying to find. Yeah, I gotta find that. I can't. Yeah, it's a weird story he was telling. But he ran into satanic shit when he was hunting for snakes.
Okay. That's fucking insane. I gotta watch this now. Here's a question. Wild animal. Any wild animal. You won't die. They won't kill anyone, family or friends. They won't eat you. But you could use them for convenience around the house, but they're your pet. You're domesticating them. Which one is it? Like for example, when I mean that you can use them for convenience, let's just say the cheetah was able to hold you and run 75 miles per hour and go to work on cheetah, right? Like that's what I mean. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what would you do?
I would say well, my house is too small for them, but say polar bear for protection.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Polar bear. It's a polar bear.
Yeah.
If he could just live in the backyard and he wouldn't 100% guarantee he will not eat me or
No, 100%.
or my neighbors, but I can command him like attack.
Yeah, attack.
Polar
Attack
bear.
for sure.
He's
Polar
the
bear.
most lethal predator on land. Period.
Imagine having a sign on your fence: "Beware of bear." That'd be fucking crazy.
I think the polar bear could probably take a freaking like an elephant.
Probably if they were in the same like region. Like think about it. Think about it.
so-
I mean, tigers and lions take down elephants all the time.
I don't even think the tiger has a chance against a polar bear.
I think
I
don't think so.
Thick and just strong.
There was a YouTube channel where they compared like face-offs between tigers and lions and all that shit, and he went through like all the data, who would win, and then he said, "Oh, based off the data, this is who would win." Pretty sure the bear, because I know the tiger beat the lion, and he was like sample size like 10.
Yeah, they're bigger though, right?
Yeah, they're bigger. They're much bigger. But I think a bear is gonna fuck up a lion or a tiger.
Let's see the real question: who will win between you two?
And what?
Same to the death.
To the death.
I don't know. He's got the striking.
That's all right. You got the ground.
Yeah, the ground.
And you can you be more resourceful?
Yeah, or how about this?
Are you ready to fight more dirty?
Yeah, but if you bring out your piece, bro, I'm fucked until I get mine, right? And then you know what I mean? Like, nothing can stop
Depends on the
bullet.
situation.
Yeah. If he's got to be like, hey, who's gonna survive? You guys need to build a shed.
Are we talking about like
yeah,
in the
he's gonna
octagon?
Sure. We'll say in the octagon to the death, which means that even if he wants to punch you, like if you just sit down, like he has to start grappling with you.
He can just do the old kick. Just kick him all
You
down.
can kick him in the nuts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good question.
Have you ever tried fucking passing this dude's guard when he's fucking throwing ground kicks?
Oh,
Or does he just do that to me? Up kicks too.
No, I only do it to you.
Yeah.
I enjoy, our roles.
I do. I do too.
Yeah, I would have to keep the distance. He's got the striking, and he's got the size on me too.
This week you felt like a fucking ton. God damn
Yeah,
it! Dude. He was on fire.
I was trying to
this
work
week.
Mikey's new taxi cab. It's the name that we gave it.
We gave it, yeah.
I've been working the taxi cab. It's a new move that he's kind of shown from. Were you there for that class? It was it was from body triangle from the back. You can do it in a lockdown from the back too, and then it's like a weird R-bar transition. It's cool.
It's really sick.
Yeah, I'll show you this.
Yeah,
week.
sure. You would love that.
You don't own a gun?
What? I do.
I said his piece.
Oh, I have a piece too, but I'm just saying, like, if
Just
we're
smaller.
No, I definitely have guns. I just need to stop being lazy and get my conceal.
You have it?
That's what I'm saying.
Flex my Second Amendment.
So,
rights
like, it doesn't matter. Like right now,
Do you carry?
as much as I can.
Yeah, it's such a joke.
You know what's
You
annoying?
can carry in your shed and in your house and 1 foot out your door. Everyone else, no. That's pretty much what it is.
What's annoying
what it
is
is, right?
too going.
No, a lot of it's still in litigation.
Yeah, there's a lot. I know that we might be getting overruled, new ruling on the stupid fucking mag laws. But it cracks me up is my wife can smoke weed. I can't because I'm a federal employee. She can carry her gun to Picatinny, but I can't carry my gun there. It's like, what the fuck?
Wait, so let me ask you this. Let's just say
What gun do you have, by the way?
I have a CZ SP 01 or CZ 75. I've got the Glock 43X. That's going to be my carry. And I've got a other rifle.
Like a brace.
Yeah, like the one that's like, it's like a Troy.
Brace built, whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You took the brace off. Yeah.
No.
What about you?
No.
I got AR-10, AR-15, Remington 700, and Remington 700's the shotgun? No, the rifle.
Yeah.
And then the Remington shotgun, which I've never shot. And then
Pump, obviously.
Yeah, dude, I bought it and I never shot it. I bought it during COVID. And then carries 365, SIG P365, and then
That's your carry.
Yeah, I love that
I didn't
gun.
love it.
I got small hands.
Yeah, I know it's a decent gun, but I don't know. It's too snappy for me. Too snappy, and I know that SIGs always have problems. With their
320, not the 365.
We'll see.
I have a safety on mine too.
Enough.
No,
We'll
the 365 is great. The 320 is different.
And they still have problems with it even after they fixed it.
Yeah.
What's your?
But they
carry?
fixed it, but there wasn't an issue to fix, but they fixed it. So what's your carry then?
I carry a VP9 SK.
Okay.
It's not really a micro. It's like a it's a compact, but it's full size. I prefer that. I prefer the control and the mag capacity over being.
Well, you're a cop too, so you don't have to worry about mag capacity.
That's what when I was shooting them, when I was going there to see what gun I wanted to do, I was shooting them. Anything that was too damn small for my hands, I was like, this is more of a liability than anything for me.
Yeah, and I have a full size Walther PDP 5-inch barrel.
That's my next.
It's a great gun.
That's my next buy.
If you ever want to shoot, we go to range.
Man. Let's all go shoot.
Fuck yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Put an apple on his head in the backyard.
there we go.
Oh yeah,
Blindfold him.
I could have bow and arrow in there too.
Dude, like what fucking movie is that? Super Troopers, where they're shooting each other in the nuts with
That
the
little guy.
fucking thing.
Don't worry about that little guy. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's have some fun with it. I have Battleship. I have that Battleship thing. You know what I'm talking
Have you ever shot a MP5?
Yeah. No,
My buddy has one. He splurged.
we
Got a
when
really
we
nice
had
one.
we had sub guns. It was a while ago. I can't remember if they were MP5.
Does it work?
Yeah, they still work.
No, through work.
Oh, through work.
We-
Yeah. No, not personally. It was through work.
Yeah.
We used to carry them before we carried rifles. We carried sub guns.
Dude,
Submachines.
anyone listening, please go shoot an MP5. It's the greatest gun ever.
Oh, ours had fully auto too. I'm
Yeah.
almost positive they're MP5s.
Yeah.
Do you know what was
Also,
weird?
full auto is kind of pointless, to be honest with you.
Yeah, especially in the hands of a cop that shoots twice a year.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
it's
different.
one click the wrong way, and he sprays an entire hallway.
Yeah, no. If I would ever get it, is single or 3-round burst. Full auto to me is every special force operators always like you never go full auto. It's like you never go full retard, you never go full auto.
Yeah.
But the MP5, my buddy bought one. I shot. I'm like, fuck, I need to buy one of these. It's a 9mm, but the subcompact. It's a perfect home defense weapon.
Interesting.
You have a lot more control than the pistol. It's so easy to control.
I shot that, the MP7 and
quiet.
the P90 down in Nashville. Those were some
P90 is
interesting.
gnarly.
It's really weird. It's
The
so,
mag goes in sideways.
Yep. And but it's like no recoil. Like the MP5.
that's cool.
No recoil.
Yeah, well, it's a 9mm in a full size. Well, it's a subcompact, whatever. But it's a full frame. You got full control over it instead of just pistol grip.
The Scar was my favorite shooting the 7.6.
Yeah, we can't have that.
No, dude, that would be fucking.
I didn't get a chance to shoot that, but through work we were working on that.
Pretty sure it's
using the Scar.
Pretty sure it's a $4,000 gun. So if you even wanted to get it, it's like you got to be paying a lot.
Yeah, we can't carry that. Plus, Scars are generally, they're fully auto.
Yeah.
No one's going to carry that in New Jersey.
It's not worth it.
No.
Especially as a cop too. You're doing close quarter combat.
Yeah, you
gotta be able to clear it,
We have
yeah.
semi-auto. There's some departments that carry full auto, but it's just because their rifles come with that option.
Yeah, but like even like if you have full size ARs, like how often are you in situations where you need ranges out past 200 yards? If that,
No.
you're in houses and stuff.
Yeah, with the longest on the SWAT team we shoot at 100 to 0R rifles,
Yeah,
but most shots are within 10, 15.
yeah,
10, 15
yeah. I mean,
yards.
you're clearing houses, schools, whatever, apartments, offices. It's close quarter. Like you're not. It's not like the military where they're doing that, but they're also then walking down the street, hitting people at the rooftops and shit, or going through the
military,
woods.
they're also clearing rooms with grenades and not or not with the rifle.
Yeah. Smoke grenades, stun grenades, flashbangs, that fun stuff. Yeah, it's very different with police. police world. You're not throwing flashbangs. Maybe you are.
No, we throw flashbangs when the situation dictates, but there's procedures with that too. Everything in New Jersey is very strict procedures.
Can a flashbang cause permanent damage, or is it meant to cause temporary?
It can cause permanent damage, absolutely, but it's designed not to. I mean, if you hold a flashbang in your hand while it explodes, it's going to mess you up.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to aim it at certain places away from people. And same with gas. When we shoot gas, it's supposed to be aimed at a certain place in the room. It's supposed to hit the ceiling through a high window, not just blast through the door somewhere. It ends up in a kid's crib.
Yeah.
Like everything's very dictated to the best of your ability where you're going to put things. Even bullets. That's why we have semi-auto. That's why you're responsible for every bullet. If someone comes into your house with a rifle to rob you, and that negative 1% chance that happens, go fully auto. Like that's dictates for that. You have no choice. But us, we're responsible for every bullet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. I mean, anyone who's a true firearm enthusiast, it's the number one rule. What's the 3 rules? Whatever. Whatever.
Only
aim what you're willing to shoot.
Yeah. It's also
finger off the trigger.
And shoot every gun like it's loaded. But that first one is only point at something that you're willing to shoot, but also know what's behind it too.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like that's the most important thing. That's kind of overlooked, but that if you truly support firearms, is like that's a big thing. So like not even as just police, but like even like I'm shooting at my house, someone robs my house, like I got to make sure I'm confident with what I'm shooting towards. Through the bedroom, hit my neighbors or like the kids on the other side of the wall, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that's why you have to have they have the bullets that you can have for home defense. What are they called?
Critical defense.
What's up?
They're non-hollow points.
Yes. No.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like they have hollow points for a reason. Especially court officers. When I was in the sheriff's department, they would have hollow points because they kind of supposed to like spread on impact, and because you're going to be shooting in a court, and you're going to have people everywhere. So that was the mentality with it. But just the rules are just silly. Everyone should be allowed to shoot hollow points. Everyone should be allowed to have 17-round mags. Like the old saying goes, the bad guys are going to get guns regardless.
Yeah, 100%.
Criminals
black market
don't follow laws. That's why they're criminals.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's a whole different fucking argument. And whatever. Try not to get too worked up over it.
It's like the map. It's a map that is like where you're allowed to conceal carry in America, and then it has the colors.
I could pull it up right now, and if you break it, that's a 4th degree crime. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's a big no if you're doing it when you're not supposed to. So you need to follow it, but it's ridiculous. Like you can't do it in restaurants.
Any place that serves alcohol.
You can't do it, in public parks. Like you can't do it in someone else's house unless you have their permission. You can't do it obvious places, stadiums, this, that. So it's essentially your home down the block, and they're even trying to. I don't know if they got passed. It was in litigation. You're supposed to have it in your car, but they were trying to fight that too. Mm-hmm. Where they're like, oh no, you got to secure it in the trunk. It's like, then what's the point?
What's the point of doing that?
Securing the trunk's stupid. I think you need it. If you leave it in your car, it needs to be secured. You can't just have it. Your car lock doesn't count as secure.
But just know that this is part of New Jersey law. You go somewhere carrying that you're not supposed to carry. So, for instance, you go park up at the mall. You are allowed to take your gun out, put it in a safe place. Even you're carrying it, put it in your trunk, unload it. The process of doing that and then taking it back, putting it on you, and then back in your car is allowed, even if a cop rolls up and they're like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to have it here. I'm in the process of unloading it, putting it safe into my trunk.
Yeah. Got it. So if you're driving with it on, you park in the parking lot, and now you're not going to take it into the mall, and while you're safely unloading and putting it in your trunk, a cop pulls you over.
You're technically handling it.
Because
you are allowed to do that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I guess it means like Jersey sucks with their laws.
Some no, and some yes.
It's the laws. The laws are there to make it an inconvenience and to deter people from.
Yeah.
using their Second Amendment.
Yeah, 100%. But here's the bullshit part of that. You said, I'm pretty sure something like that's at 10 years, right?
Fourth degree? Nah. Fourth degree's in New Jersey. I don't even want to say it, but fourth degree is an indictable. It's the lowest form of indictable crime, but you're not going to get much.
Okay.
You're going
a lot of
to
people
get on
off.
probation if it's your first time, or you're going to get a slap on the wrist. You're getting probation. That you're like a repeat offender is different. That's all. It's so many variables. What does your history look like? How many times you've done this? All these take into account when you're getting charged and when the judge is deciding your detention and stuff.
True.
There's been people that have tried to stab somebody and they didn't go to jail. Mm-hmm. So it's very wacky.
Yeah,
bail reform's a very weird thing.
Yeah. I don't even know why that's such a controversial topic, but
Check something.
having criminals stay in prison shouldn't be controversial, but whatever. I do know of stories of some prosecutors letting people off with DUIs, like certified they blew over the legal limit and they got off.
Yeah.
Well, they only blew a .09. They're not that much over. It's like that's not how. It's either you're over or you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Fuck
wild.
yeah. Love that.
Yeah, I gotta love 2026, man.
Bingo.
But I think that brings us back to what we were talking about before. It's like informed but not consumed.
Mm-hmm.
You can get pissed about this all day long, or you can just say that's what it is, and I'm going to just do whatever I can to take the bad guys off the street in your case, or just keep moving forward and be the change you want to see in the world.
And straight. Yeah. Love that.
Yeah. I'm gonna get. You seem to like that guy I work with. If you're interested, I'll get him on here.
Yeah. Well,
absolutely.
Oh, fuck
He's got
yeah.
a lot to say. He's a very colorful personality.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
I might not curse much. I'm probably putting people to sleep, but he will not put people to sleep. He is funny.
You're not putting anyone to sleep because you have a lot of intellectual things. I would love to have him.
Yeah, sure.
absolutely.
I'll let him know and then I'll give him once it's okay with him. I'll give him your number.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Or you his number.
Wherever, man. I have no
He's got
problem if he reaches out to me.
Very good. He went from football to fighting to wrestling, football, fighting. He's been in tens. He got adopted. He grew up in Sparta. He's been in a billion orphanages. He's got a good story.
Shit, nice.
Man, this guy's lived every life possible.
Fuck, love
Holy
that.
shit.
Cool shit. Hell yeah, man. All right, so like we always do. We always like to give a last parting word. You've done it 2 times, so what's the one today?
You go first so I can think of mine.
You always do this, dude.
I want to think of a good one.
My parting words is back to the Jesus thing. He surrounded himself. He hung out with criminals and all that stuff. And I think the thing that I try to focus on right now and project in everyone's conversation is, to get rid of the arrogance that you think that you're better or you wouldn't do those things in those situations. We're all human beings. We make mistakes. And try to be a little empathetic to everyone in every situation that you may end up have done something similar if you had their lives. That doesn't justify bad actions. That doesn't justify people making mistakes and doing bad things. People shouldn't do bad things. I don't feel like I need to say it, but I have to make sure. But don't sit here and think that you're perfect. You're imperfect. We're all humans, and turn off the arrogance.
I like that. It's good. You want me to go next?
No, I'll go.
Okay.
Just quite simple. If you want something bad enough, you'll find a way to make it happen.
Sure.
And get off social media for the 3rd time. I think I said it 3 times.
Yeah.
At least twice. If you can, your business doesn't depend on it. Get off social media. Give it 6 months. 6 months off. I guarantee you when the 6 months is over, you're gonna say, I don't miss it. Mm-hmm. It'd be a withdrawal period, but life will be happier. Mm-hmm. And find your faith. And have you guys ever had 2 guests at the same time?
Yeah.
Not in a while, but yeah.
Next time you get that guy, I want to invite me too. I want to ask some questions too.
Oh, Dr. Gus?
Him or any other
Yeah.
these cool conspiracy, because I like to pick people's brain.
Bro, Dr. Gus loves coming on,
Yeah.
and I mean, we'll have the both of you on. We'll have the both
That's
of you
awesome.
On. Yeah.
That's a deal.
Awesome.
All right,
Yeah.
what's yours?
Mine, I was just gonna say is,
All right, guys.
what I was gonna say was the capital of no. I was gonna say we're not each other's enemies.
Yeah.
The people aren't supposed to be. What am I looking for? against each other. That's all I'll say. So come together. Not a kumbaya moment, but know who the real enemy is.
I got one more for you. I got one more for you. Nazi-occupied France. What was the capital
Of
Nazi-occupied France?
Was it Bordeaux? It wasn't Bordeaux because it wasn't Paris.
I don't know this.
Vichy.
It's Vichy, really?
Vichy, France.
I did not know that. Thank you. Let's go.
That's why we end it.
Let's go, baby.
Vichy
You
fans.
heard it here, folks. If you want something bad enough, you'll do it. Everyone does something.
Joe,
bad.
girlfriend.
Don't worry about it. I got many lady friends. What's it called? Yeah, many lady friends. You guys know who you are. What did you say? You said, don't be arrogant.
Turn off the arrogance.
Turn off the arrogance.
You know, we're all human beings. We make mistakes, and don't think that you wouldn't have made the same mistake as other people.
Hell yeah. And we are stronger united. Anyway, guys, love you guys. See you next week. Thanks for tuning in.